2022 season is underway. High end over end, Singleton, fair catch at the goal line. They'll start from the 25-yard line. So Penn State will go left to right as we see it.
And you would think the tendency for a freshman running back on a kickoff return would be to try to get the football and try to make something happen, but did a smart thing. Good coverage by Purdue coming downfield, staying in their lanes, and Singleton did a good job at the goal line, just taking a touchback.
There'll be no Theo Johnson tonight. Khalil Dinkins will be the third tight end. They'll open up, though, with Strange and Warren near side wide receiver each way. Motion by Washington away from us. They'll give it to Lee. Lee, right side over the 25 and pounds it out to the 27, 28-yard line. Johnson made the stop.
And we cannot forget about Lee. He's a strong runner. He came into camp right now in the best shape of his life. Very physical running back. Came off right tackle and only got about 2 yards.
Second down, 8, their own 27-yard line. Trips far side. They'll give it again to Lee, over the 30 to the 31. It's going to set up a third down and 4. He almost lost the football that time.
Yeah, and also I think the caller asked about what did James Franklin want to do. Well, he came out here trying to run the football on the first 2 plays against that Purdue defense.
They're going tempo. 2 far side, 1 near side. Lee to the right of Clifford on 3rd and 4, their own 31. Sean goes back, steps up from the pressure, hit, throws, incomplete, flag down in the backfield. Holding on Penn State. Let's see.
Penn State trying to step up in the pocket.
Holding. Offense. Number 79. Penalties decline. 4th down.
So now they're going to, that's exactly what Jeff Brom wanted. He wanted a 3 and out so he can give Aiden O'Connell and his offense some field position.
Well, again, if Wallace ends up being the guy who ends up getting the holding call, but Clifford had the ball a long time, just waiting for someone to get open downfield, could not find it, and he finally stepped up and delivered a football, and that's when the holding occurred, and Penn State will have a quick 3 and out on their first drive.
Charlie Jones back at his own 26. Barney Moore gets the snap from Chris Stahl, belts it out of there, high, twisting kick. Jones, fair catch, will take it at his own 31. So that is where Purdue will put their initial drive in play. And now we get to see Aiden O'Connell's 72% completion number last year, which is on any level outstanding.
Well, he's just so aware out there. He's almost like a coach out on the field in that quarterback position, finding the open receiver, take advantage of a breakdown in the secondary. And you don't get to 72% without being an outstanding quarterback with touch on the football. Great anticipation.
Jones and Tracy far side. Tracy in the slot. Near side, it's Durham and Thompson. Doru to the right of O'Connell. He wants to throw right away. Pressure. Throws over the middle. Caught by Doru. 35. Hit by Isaac and breaks a tackle to the 39. He gets aided. 2nd down and 2.
When you think about all the receivers they have on the outside, this is just a check down to his back out of the backfield, rolling out to his right and just dropping it off to Doru and turns upfield and gets 8 yards on the play.
2nd and 2, their own 39. O'Connell with Doru to his right. Motion toward us by Tracy. Play action. Quick toss. Caught 45-yard line to their own 49 and a first down. Joey Porter Jr. on the tackle on Charlie Jones.
Yeah, Curtis Jacobs, the linebacker, is trying to get underneath this route and get a piece of it. The ball is on a line that time. Curtis Jacobs had a hard time finding the football. An inside release on Joey Porter. But Curtis Jacobs underneath has a chance of reading this and getting his hands on the football. Just couldn't get there.
2 far side, 1 near side. Motion toward us by Tracy. Gives it to Doru, hit it to 50, and that's it. Decked after a 1-yard gain to midfield by Devon Ellis. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That time, good stalemate at the line of scrimmage, reading your keys from your offensive line. And Ellis stayed right there. The ball actually comes right back to him. He makes the play for a half-a-yard gain right at the line of scrimmage.
Sutherland out, and Hardy in as the nickel on 2nd and 9 at midfield. 12:34 to go, opening quarter, scoreless. Tight formation, O'Connell under center. Play action fake. Waits, looks near side, now looks over the middle. Time, delivers. Caught at the 40-yard line and then rolled back at the 41. It should be a first down for Purdue as he goes to Charlie Jones.
Well, this is on a defensive line for Penn State. That time O'Connell had a lot of time to throw this football in the pocket. Good protection. He's rolling out. He just rolled out to his left, bide some more time. There's no pressure on O'Connell as well. And he's waited for his receiver to open up right at the 40-yard line.
Tarburton goes out. Chop Robinson in at defensive end for the first time. 2 left, 2 right. O'Connell now with Downing now the running back to his right. The transfer from UNLV. Durham sets up wing left. First and 10. Play action. Waits. Looks for Durham. Fires for Durham. And dropped it at the 40. But Elston was with him step for step. That play was going nowhere. It is 2nd and 10.
And that was really good defense by Penn State. It came with pressure. They came with Hardy coming off the edge. And the coverage that time was Elston, the inside linebacker on the back out of the backfield. Good job by Hardy to make the quarterback O'Connell pull up on the play, get rid of the football, and then Elston was coming from the inside out.
2nd and 10 at the Penn State 40. Jones and Tracy near side. Deion Burks to the near side. Durham wing left. Downing to the right now. Now they shift him to the left of O'Connell on 2nd and 10. Back goes O'Connell. Blitz up the middle. Throws downfield and incomplete. They had no shot at that because, again, what did they do, Jack? Right in his face.
Yeah, exactly. Coming right up the middle on delayed blitz that time. And man-to-man coverage downfield. Joey Porter does a good job of keeping his hands off the receiver downfield and ends up going for an incomplete pass.
So 3rd and 10 at the Penn State 40. Elijah Kenyon comes in, the transfer from Auburn. He'll go to the far side with Tracy. It's like Sheffield's also in the game. Doru back in at running back, replacing Downing. Durham wing right. 3rd and 10. O'Connell back. Steps. Throws downfield. And incomplete. Good coverage by Keaton Ellis. At the 12-yard line, it's going to be 4th down. So they give up a couple of first downs, Jack, and force it.
I'll tell you, good job also by Hardy on this play as well. Hardy underneath. Ends up throwing the football downfield over the top. He has help by Ellis, the safety on the play. He reads the quarterback throwing the football, and a good job by both guys in the Penn State secondary to cause a punting situation.
Parker Washington back on the 10-yard line. Jack Ansel, terrific in 2020. Mixed bag last year. Will kick it away. Takes the snap and will punch it nose down. They wait for it. Caught at the 4-yard line by Burks. Breaking the action. 11:29 to go in the opening quarter. Scoreless on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield.
Del Grosso Foods is a proud sponsor of Penn State football.
A true freshman running back on the road against Purdue. What better situation do you want to be in?
It's actually Singleton. And Singleton could go the 96, by the way. Singleton to the left. Trips far side. From the 4. Singleton up the middle, 5-10, and tripped up as he gets to about the 13-14-yard line. That's the burst you're looking for.
Well, good job by the offensive line on a good push and a forward lean by Singleton.
And this is the end of the field you want to get away from. This is where the student section is. They're rowdy. Everyone knows the history of Purdue in these blackout games and at-home Giant Slayers.
Yeah, Tangwall on a good block.
2nd down and 2. Singleton sweeping near side, cuts to the 10, 15. He's going to get a first down where he's finally wrestled down there for Purdue as Branson Dean came over to make the stop that time with help from Jack Anderson.
Inside your own 5-yard line, and Penn State's able to run the football out and get the first down out to 15.
On first down, it's Singleton again. Lowers the shoulder, bounces off the block of Strange out to the 14-yard line, or should be out to the 19-yard line. He'll get 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
With no question, with the eyes, you can see the quickness and the explosiveness of Singleton when he hits that hole. This time he just needed his power to get maybe 3.5, almost 4 yards on the play. There was not much there on the offensive left side.
Tinsley far side, near side, it's Lambert Smith. Now Washington in motion away from us. Parker has it off the block from Tinsley to the 20 and rolled out of bounds at the Penn State bench at the 23-yard line to set up a 3rd down and 3.
Well, you pound the ball inside with Singleton. You pound it in there. And now in that jet sweep to the outside. Purdue does a good job defensively of tracking down Parker Washington and bringing him down for no gain.
Good play by Chris Jefferson that time for Purdue. Third down 3, their own 23. They started at their own 4. Trips near side, one far side. Singleton to the left of Clifford. Scotty Humpick showing blitz on the outside. Now he backs off. Clifford waits, takes the snap, back, time, delivers. Washington, first down 30, near side 32, steps out of bounds at the 33. The Nittany Lions move the chains again.
And a corner blitz. At the last second was a corner blitz on that hash mark because the corner only has a short amount of area to get this Clifford. Singleton picked him up on the protection.
Singleton up the middle, blocked by Juice Scruggs over the 35 and out to the 36 near the 37. He gets 3 on the play. It's second down. In fact, they're going to give him 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Singleton's getting more out of a play than most running backs right now. He just that leg drive, just finishing off a run going forward.
2 near side, 1 far side. Wing right is Tyler Warren now, the tight end. Singleton to the left of Clifford. Clifford will give it to Singleton again to the 40-yard line where they track him down there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Nittany Lions.
Jack, in the pregame, we talked about Singleton, his home run ability, his power. First of all, it's another element of his game, and that blitz pickup that you talked about. He does not look like a freshman the way he hits the hole.
Yeah, and that's hard to pick up because a corner blitz, you don't normally see that all the time, and he was aware of it and picked it up for Clifford.
Penn State 1 for 2 on 3rd down early. 8:24 to go in the opening quarter, scoreless. 3rd down and 4 at their own 39. Clifford goes back. Sean delivers over the middle. He's incomplete. He had Lambert Smith, and he could not hang on. Good coverage by Corey Trice to knock it away. It's going to be 4th down.
A quick slant inside. Clifford put the ball out in front that time for Lambert Smith. Just could not bring it into his body. He had good coverage on top of him on his back, but just could not finish the catch on 3rd down. Penn State would have continued the drive. You got to make those 3rd down plays against a team like Purdue because you do not want to give the ball back to O'Connell.
Nothing wrong with that throw. Chris Stahl will punt it away. Barney Amore will punt it away, and a high twisting punt. Jones backs up, fair catch, makes the fair catch with Hardy bearing down on him in the neighborhood of the 10-yard line. In fact, they're going to put him down at the 9. A break in the action. Flips the field position. 8:08 to go in the open.
Are huge. You have the play you want. You get inside the defensive back. Lambert Smith just has to hang on to the football and make that catch. Penn State still has the ball. They're gaining more confidence. You keep your defense on the sideline for a period of time. All good things can happen. You just got to convert those 3rd down. Tough catch, no question. You got to make it.
Jalen Reed for Keaton Ellis at safety up front. Jordan Vandenberg joins P.J. Mustipher along with Chop Robinson and Nick Tarbert. 1st and 10 for their own 9. Thompson in motion away from us. O'Connell will give the ball off inside. Bounces to the outside to the 10. Hit at the 12 and driven out of bounds by Chop Robinson was Dylan Downing, the transfer from UNLV at 2nd and 7.
Just a good job that time, just chasing it down. There's no holes inside. Chop Robinson's a good job of making sure there's nothing inside. Bounces it to the outside. Finally take him out of bounds. They've got about 3 or 4 more yards, and they really should have gone this play. Penn State defensively on the inside played it well.
2nd and 7, their own 12. Play action fake. O'Connell slings it far side. Joey Porter jumped it, juggled it, lost it, and it's caught by Purdue at the 22-yard line at a 1st down. He had a pick 6, Jack.
And you talk about O'Connell reading defenses. This is where he thinks it's man-to-man coverage. But Porter lets the wide receiver go. He jumps the route inside. The quarterback did not read it, and Porter should have had the interception. Ends up at a deflected completion, and O'Connell got away with a pick 6 right there. Joey Porter was all over that play and should have had it.
Kobe King, by the way, also in middle linebacker for Tyler Elsdon. Wide receiver each way, split backs. O'Connell, play action fake, near side. It's caught by Thompson, 30-yard line, cuts inside, and Kalen King takes him down at the 32 near the 33. He's just a bit shy. It's second down and a half yard.
Well, you give credit right now to O'Connell because he's reading the soft corner we're playing on that left side and immediately goes right over there. It's really pitch and catch because you're not in press coverage. Wide receiver makes the catch and gains about 9 yards on the play.
Two far side, one near side. Downing to the right of O'Connell. Durham, the tight end, in motion toward us. On second and a half yard, Downing's got the first down to the 35-yard line, hit by Curtis Jacobs and driven back there. It'll be a first down for Purdue as they inch it out to the 36-yard line.
Well, even Purdue trying to run the football a little bit more here in this game than they normally would early in the football game. Obviously, they want to throw the football, but trying to keep that Penn State defense on balance and not just playing pass on every down.
4 wides now. 2 left, 2 right. Connell on first and 10, his own 36, looks over. Tracy, by the way, is in the backfield as the 5th wide receiver. Let's say with a 4-man front. Motion toward us by Durham. O'Connell back. Dumps it off to Tracy. 35 to the 40. Hit by Joey Porter Jr. And he battles over the 45 to about the 46 and close to a Purdue first down. He's still a half yard shy. It's second down.
Boy, your corner on the outside has really got to make the play here on a wide receiver screen. He gets blocked to the outside, and Joey Porter gets pulled downfield for about 3 or 4 more extra yards. You're right about the wide receiver into the backfield and ends up being a big play for another 9-yard gain against the Penn State defense.
Pistol now with Doru in the game behind O'Connell. Wide receiver each way. Play action. Blitz from the outside. Throws far side. Open. Caught. 30-yard line to the 25-yard line to Charlie Jones. And a first down at the Penn State 25.
Well, Penn State had a corner blitz that time. It came up. Joey Porter is coming on a blitz. And that's exactly where O'Connell goes back with the football. Makes a good decision on a corner blitz. Go exactly where that corner has come from on that Penn State left side. Got the football there before our safety had time to come over the top and make a play.
Zane Durant comes to the game for the first time at defensive tackle. He's joined by Adisa Isaac and Amin Vanover. First and 10, Penn State 25. Split backfield now. Doru, the deep back, wide receiver each way. O'Connell under center. From the 25, King Doru. Opening, hit at the 25 and taken down for no gain. Jair Brown from his safety spot. Shot up, made the play, second and 10.
This is a veteran safety coming up. His senior year, has been in the program 4 years. Reads run very quickly and comes up on a running play from that safety position and makes the play right at the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 10. Doru out. Downing comes in. Too far side. Burks to the near side. Downing in motion away from us. Pump fake. O'Connell throws for Durham downfield. Incomplete. Jonathan Sutherland stride for stride with him. It's going to be third and 10 at the Penn State 25.
And Jack, if he gets his head around, he has an opportunity to pick that ball off.
Exactly, but he's just trying to run. He turns his head around. He's going to look. His speed won't be as good coming downfield, but he's trying to run with that tight end. You got to jam him at the line of scrimmage before you let him come downfield like that. But Sutherland did a good job of just staying right there. You don't have to turn back to the football, and he ends up making a play.
Penn State with 6 defensive backs out there.
We talked about Durham pregame with Sutherland and Jacobs, both defensive guys that were in the secondary. They can match up real well with him in the passing game.
Trips far side. They'll give it off to Downing, spins 20-yard line, and jumps ahead inside the 20 to the 18. It's going to be 4th and 3, and Jeff Brom has decided he wants 3.
You still got to read your keys, but they almost broke this thing for a big play because you're playing pass on a third down situation. It ends up we're able to bring him down short of the first down, forcing a field goal attempt here right now. Penn State defense has given up some yards here in the first 2 series against this offense, but has held strong here right now inside the red zone area.
Finnernan was 24-29 last year. All 5 misses were inside the 40. This is a 35-yard attempt. Good snap, put down. The kick is up by Finnernan, and the kick is good, and Purdue is on the board first. 3:38 to go in the opening quarter. 3-0 Purdue. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Rates are on the rise, but with Rocket, you get an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates drop within 3 years of buying your home, you'll get exclusive.
Well, the difference in the game was a drop ball on a 3rd down and 4, because Penn State would have kept on rolling. And Jack, so far, I feel like Penn State can run the ball.
Yeah, I think with Singleton in the game, the power and speed that he has right now. But in a close game like this, playing on the road, those missed opportunities. You're talking about the 3rd down conversion that Penn State does not make to Lambert Smith. Also, Joey Porter, broke on a play where O'Connell did not read the defense properly. They disguised it very well and could not come up with the big play and interception.
And overran Singleton at the 1. Nicholas to the 5, 10, 15, 20, and out to the 21-yard line. If you wonder why you take a fair catch on the first play, you're trying to gain that extra 4 yards and you're assured of it. So we'll take another break. 3:32 to go in the opening.
Well, you got to have that other wide receiver, Parker Washington, making some plays out there. But you need Lambert Smith and other wide receivers to make plays, especially on 3rd down.
2 to the far side, including Washington in the slot. Both tight ends are in. Warren on the line of scrimmage. Wing right Strange. Katron Allen's the running back. Clifford under center. 1st and 10, their own 21. Strange in motion away from us. Turns. Play action fake. Sean sets. Fires downfield. He's got Washington at the 40-yard line. Cuts inside and then finally rolled down at the 41 for a 20-yard gain and a Penn State 1st down.
Well, you throw the football after you ran the ball the previous drive. I think Purdue defensively was thinking running play. So you throw the football on 1st down off play action. And Parker Washington is wide open on a deep crossing route.
Now Strange, Harrison Wallace, and Washington together near side. Strange in motion away from us. Allen to the left of Clifford. Katron Allen, first carry is an empty line, 45 to the 50, and that's the first we saw preseason. He gets 9 on the play. It's 2nd down and 1.
Well, Allen is not afraid to run inside with a lot of physical attitude. Great burst that time, got 9 yards. See whether we take a play here right now with only under a yard to get this 1st down, whether Clifford tries to go deep and try to get it all.
Clifford with Allen to his right, wide receiver each way, and a wing left with Strange. Motion toward us by Washington. They'll give it on a pass play to Washington, who dropped it at the 50, incomplete. Something we rarely see. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Rarely do we see Washington put one on the ground.
Boy, misdirection and breakdown in the secondary that time. Nobody went on that outside with Parker Washington. Mental breakdown in the secondary. Parker Washington, I don't think he dropped the ball in preseason camp. Nope. And now it's a 3rd down and short situation, which Penn State had trouble with last year.
6th offensive lineman is Bryce Effner. He's on the right side. Under center is Clifford on 3rd and 1 at midfield. Allen the deep back. Katron's got it up the middle. 1st down to the Purdue 47, grinding those legs, and it's cut down there. 1st down, they move the chains. Good push up front.
Well, those are the things that Penn State had problems with last year. We're able to convert here. Your offensive line coming off the football, getting into your defensive line, and then a running back who hits that hole at high speed, lowers his shoulder pads, and gets those tough yards to get the 1st down.
Lambert Smith at Washington near side. Parker in the slot. Wing right Strange. Tight to the far side Warren. 1st and 10, Purdue 47. First foray into Purdue territory tonight. Play clock down to 4. Clifford waits, takes it. It's going to be Allen. Allen is going to be hit and dropped by Johnson on a fine play up front. No gain.
There's problems all that play because I'll tell you the handoff from Clifford to his running back Allen, almost a fumble in the backfield. Did not give the football to Allen clean. The clock was running down there. Hearn to get that play off. Nothing good at all in that running play.
Minute 22 to go here in the opening quarter. 3-0 Purdue. 2nd and 10. Penn State. Purdue 47 for Ash. Empty backfield for Clifford. Trips near side to far side. Purdue, they blitz on almost every play. Clifford takes it. Back. Time. Steps up. Rolls right. Looks. Flag down in the secondary. Throws. And incomplete. But let's see what that flag is in the secondary. It may be on holding on Purdue. It's going to be on Chris Jefferson, number 17.
Yeah, I think Parker Washington, the guy, was being held downfield as well. Clifford just barely gets his football off.
Holding. Defense. 17, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So they keep it going with exactly a minute to go here in the first quarter. 3-0 Purdue. Tinsley to the near side. Lambert Smith will go to the far side. Warren on the line of scrimmage. Strange wing right. Katron Allen still the running back, and Sean will operate under center and right back at Juice Scruggs. 1st and 10. Purdue 37. Tinsley in motion away from us. Clifford, play action fake, back to pass, time, delivers, Lambert Smith juggles and incomplete at the 16-yard line. It's 2nd and 10.
Great job throwing the football again on this drive on 1st down, play action fake, and Clifford had all the time in the world to throw this football. Deep crossing route by Lambert Smith, ball out there right in front of him. Would have had the ball right around the 16-yard line, goes for another incomplete pass.
Trips near side as Wallace comes in and replaces Lambert Smith. They take Allen and split him to the far side. Empty backfield for Clifford on 2nd and 10, Purdue 37, just inside the far hash. Clifford goes back to pass. Time, delivers a screen to Warren to the 35, lowers the shoulder to the 31. It'll set up a 3rd down and 4 for the Nittany Lions there with 42 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, you get to try to run this tight end screen. Warren ends up just going right off the edge of the offensive line. Pretty good job of blocking by Scruggs downfield, but just could not. You still need a 3rd down and 5 situation here.
Need the 27 to keep it going. Trips near side. Allen to the left of Clifford. 3rd down for Purdue 31. It's Allen right side. Allen lowers the shoulder. He's not going to get there. He'll get to the 29. And James Franklin will have some time to make a decision. That is the final play of the opening quarter. It'll be 4th down and 2. And right now, he's inclined to go for it, but he has time to talk about it and think about it. End of quarter number 1. Here in West Lafayette at Ross-Ade Stadium. 3-0 Purdue. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Why has the Ford F-Series been the best-selling truck for 45 straight years? Because year after...
No matter what.
Bryce Effner is in as the 6th offensive lineman. Devin Ford is the running back. Clifford will be in the gun with Wallace to the near side. They got Warren and Strange on the far side together. 4th down and 2 at the Purdue 29, now going right to left as we see it. Clifford's under center with Ford the deep back. Clifford on 4th down and 2. Turns, play action, rolls right, gives it a 4, 25, 1st down, 20, far sideline, 15, and out of bounds. In fact, they say he stepped out at the 17-yard line and a 1st down. The way Purdue set up the play to Tracy, Penn State just did the same thing with Ford.
Exactly, and that's Ford's role in the running back situation right now. You saw Lee and then the 2 young running backs in the lineup. But on 3rd down situation, Ford does a great job with that quickness. A mismatch with the linebacker, even safety there, ends up being open in the flat.
Tinsley far side, Wallace and Washington near side. Allen back in the game to the left of Clifford. 1st and 10 at the Purdue 17. Play action fake. Clifford steps up away from pressure. Rolls right. He'll keep it and go to the sideline and scoot out of bounds at the 16-yard line. He'll get 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
And that's your 6-year veteran right here, right now, because you're inside the 20-yard line. All of a sudden, there's not a lot of real estate to cover on that defense for Purdue. Could not find anyone open initially and then decided not to force the football downfield, go out and run with the football, take it to the outside, and ended up being no gain.
Tinsley, Wallace, and Strange near side. Tight right is Warren. Allen to the right of Clifford on 2nd and 10. It's going to be Allen breaking a tackle 15, lowers the shoulder, drives the legs to the 12. Taken down there, it'll set up a 3rd down and 5 as the Nittany Lions are in the Del Grosso Sauce red zone, attacking the end zone to our left.
And right now, this offense looks so much different than last year. Hey, number 1, the offensive line doing a better job. Good job by Strange, a tight end on the block there. Sets up, they got to get to around the 7-yard line for the 1st down.
Strange and Tinsley far side, Wallace near side, motion toward us by Warren. Allen Allen is to the left right now of Clifford. Far Ash attacking the end zone to our left on 3rd and 5 of the Purdue 12. 3-0 Purdue. Clifford back. Waits, steps up, delivers, caught 10-yard line, turning upfield to the near corner, 5 to the goal line, touchdown, Penn State, Mitchell Tinsley, and the Nittany Lions take the lead, putting together a well-executed 79-yard drive.
And I'll tell you, on this play, give credit to the offensive line for the protection for Clifford. This way he waited a long time. A good pocket by the offensive line. He steps up into it and finds Tinsley on that crossing route. We talk about him, what an outstanding route runner he is, and he takes that crossing route in for the touchdown.
63rd career touchdown pass for Sean Clifford. The 19th of Mitchell Tinsley's career, his first as a Nittany Lion. Extra point put down by Amore, kick by Penninger up, and the kick by Jake Penninger is good, and the Nittany Lions have the lead after putting together a well-executed 12-play, 79-yard drive. 7-3 Nittany Lions. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
I'm Coach James Franklin. Penn State University has become my home. The players are like family to me.
I run the football with both our running backs and was able to get the ball out there on that play action and then in a flat to Ford, which was a big play in the drive.
Sanders Sahadic will kick it off, the left-footed kicker. Charlie Jones is on the far side. He's the one that wants it, but Sahadic can boom it. And, Jack, if you're a Penn State defense and you watch that drive, what were you thinking?
I think you were so impressed, especially after the fact of what happened all of last year with the offense.
High end over end. Jones wants it, takes it. Nope, he's going to let it go over his head. He'll start at the 25.
Boy.
So you've seen 23 plays. Purdue's run 16. For the defense, there are a lot of pluses here right now.
Without a doubt. I mean, you're interchanging, you're rotating a lot of people, especially your defensive line, and you want to be able to rush the passer in the fourth quarter. That long drive by the offense was outstanding in a sense of giving our defense a break. And P.J. Musper, who, like I said, was so happy he could not wait for this football game, is back out there again.
And Phil Troutline was telling the offensive line it all started up front there, not only with the ability to help those running backs with their push, but their pass protection was exceptional on that drive.
On Tinsley's touchdown, he hit a clean pocket for Clifford, and he stepped up and delivered the ball to Tinsley, the offensive line, with a heck of a clean pocket.
Abdul Carter denied Dennis Sutton in for the first time. Pass dropped and incomplete. Carter was all over at that time at 2nd and 10. So let's reset Penn State defensively. Beeman and Mustafa are the tackles. Isaac and denied Dennis Sutton are the ends. Carter and Elston are now the linebackers along with Sutherland. The corners are Dixon and Porter. The safeties, Zakee Wheatley and Jair Brown. 2nd and 10, Purdue at their own 25.
Well, I'll tell you what, they went after that play, and that's a good decision by your defense. You don't know whether that's a lateral or not going to the outside. Jacobs came after the football to make sure if it was a lateral, it's a live ball and trying to get...
Replay stopped the game for potential targeting on the last play.
Jack, to your point there, too, that's something they emphasize every single day is the play until the whistle. Based on the look of the video, boy, it's going to be targeting.
Yeah, this is going to be the ejection here right now.
Yeah, Abdul Carter's Penn State debut may last a play.
Yeah, and it also hurts the depth and rotation you have with a lot of people as well. So
I think the Penn State sideline's a little frustrated here that they should have blown that play dead sooner, and then you wouldn't even had a collision going for the football.
That's
a good point.
Yep, previous play under the roof for review. This official review brought to you by Bachman's Roofing and Solar. So we'll see what they say about it and then move on from there. And I'll say this, you'd like to have linebackers in the game because, I mean, they are the smartest part of the football team, Jack. I mean, you and I both know that. And I speak for Pat Clapp when I say that.
After replay review, personal foul, targeting, defense number 11 for a hit on a defenseless player, 15-yard penalty, and automatic first down. Number 11 is disqualified.
That's another Under the Roof review brought to you by Bachman's Roofing and Solar. Bachman's, a family-owned and operated business, is celebrating its 50th year in business this year. Bachman's is your award-winning complete home improvement contractor for all your roofing, solar, and remodeling needs.
Well, that'll be a learning process for Carter. I mean, again, you're leading with your helmet. The helmet-to-helmet hit was no question about it. Under the rules, he is going to be ejected from the game. 15-yard penalty. I mean, that was a first down, a negative play there right now. No gain at all on that play. And now all of a sudden with the 15-yard penalty, they've got good field position out around the 40.
7-3 Nittany Lions, 13:05 to go in the opening half. Empty backfield, trips near side to far side. Motion toward us by Tracy. Connell back. Dumps it to Tracy at the 35-40, near sideline 45, and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Gets 8, 2nd and 2.
O'Connell's been able to hold the football a long time. He was able to deliver it at the last second. Looking downfield at the last second, he dumps it off. Playing zone defense that time, or giving ground, and it ends up being an 8-yard gain.
Thompson will go to the far side, and they'll put Sheffield in the slot, one to the near side. On 2nd and 2, their own 48. Doru, the running back, to the left of O'Connell. King Doru up the middle, first down midfield, tripped up by Sutherland at the Penn State 43. Let's pause 10 seconds for our stations down the line to identify themselves on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield. So 1st and 10, Penn State 43. All this jump started by a 15-yard targeting penalty when it was going to be 2nd and 10. At the 43, bunch set, one to the far side from the pistol. They'll pitch it back to O'Connell on the flea flicker. Double clutches, throws, and incomplete. The pressure made the difference. Up front, Jack time, they got right in O'Connell's face at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they've run this last year. The throw back to your quarterback, O'Connell. And he's trying to get the ball to the tight end. Jair Brown was out there on the coverage. And just at the last second of it, the ball was a little bit underthrown. Tight end ended up looking like he losing balance downfield as well, and goes for an incomplete pass. I think Penn State's very fortunate that ball was not completed.
Tonight, Dennis Sutton goes out. Chop Robinson comes in at end. 2nd and 10, Penn State 43. O'Connell back. Delay blitz. Throws. Caught by Jones inside the 35. At the 33, Dixon takes him down with Sutherland. He's a yard shy at the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Jones does a good job. This is good timing coming back to the football. Dixon has good coverage on Jones on the play. Quick stop route like that, and the ball was out of the hands of O'Connell. Very good timing between the quarterback and his wide receiver, and that's why they got the 9 yards.
So 3rd and 1, Penn State 34. Doru to the left of O'Connell. Durham wing right. Takes the snap. Doru right side. First down and more. Stiff arm to the 30 and belted out of bounds by Jacobs at the 27. They move the chains.
Well, right now, Purdue is running the football more than I thought they would be able to here in the first half against this Penn State defense. That time he's able to bounce it to the outside and get the first down now inside the Penn State 30-yard line.
At the 27, two far side, one near side. Durham sets up now, trips far side. O'Connell takes the snap, play action fake, delivers, and caught on a 50-50 ball on a great incomplete. Dropped it, and Dixon got a piece of it. Dixon, incomplete.
This is the kind of coverage all preseason camp from Dixon. He goes up with the football at the same time. It comes down. He did not control the ball. The ball hit the ground. Good call by the official. The linesman downfield on that play. Outstanding job by the corner Dixon.
Elijah Canyon, who played against Penn State last year in the Auburn game. Two far side, Canyon near side. Durham wing lefts. 2nd and 10, Penn State 27. Durham sets up wing right. Play action fake. O'Connell, quick throw. And for Canyon, incomplete. Flag goes down. No need, because he wasn't going to complete that pass.
No, he was not going to complete it. But anytime you let your wide receiver got an inside move like that, get inside your defensive back. I was just praising Dixon on the previous play. Draws the pass interference call here.
Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that should move, if it's 15, it should go to the 12. And And they'll bring in Amin Vanover and Adisa Isaac, fresh defensive ends, to go with Beeman and Mustafa as the tackles. 7-3 Nittany Lions, 10:35 to go in the opening half. Doru to the left of O'Connell now, comes in motion toward us. O'Connell back, quick toss far side to the 10, cuts inside to the 5, dives to the 2, and very close to a first down. Zakee Wheatley made the stop.
A good wide receiver screen coming back to the outside, to the wide side of the field. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. You got to get off blocks that time, and Wheatley ends up making a tackle, saving a touchdown there. But again, good execution by this offense right now. McConnell just taking it wherever that soft spot is, and this time it was a wide receiver screen back to the wide side of the field.
Sheffield got to the 3, 2nd and 1 at the 3. Deep back Doru, O'Connell under center. 2nd and 1 at the 3. O'Connell turns. Doru to his left, bounces to the outside, tries to the far corner, gets there, touchdown Purdue. The penalty set it all up, Jack, because they were actually in trouble after the first play of the series. It's going to go down as an 80 or 75-yard drive, but it was only 60.
Yeah, and on this play again, on this drive, more of the running game right now. And again, on this play, you're trying to bounce it to the outside. Again, Joey Porter is the container on the outside. You got to bounce it out to him. He ducked inside on the running back and is able to bounce it, continue to the outside, and end up going in for the touchdown.
Finnerden was 40 of 42 on extra points last season. Puts it down on a high snap. Kick is up, and the kick by Finnerden is good. 10-7 Purdue. 9:43 to go in the opening half. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80.
Same play, 75-yard drive by Purdue, aided by a 15-yard targeting penalty that actually ends up being a 60-yard drive. But the bottom line is O'Connell made some terrific decisions, and they're running the ball well.
Yeah, they're running the ball much better than I thought, especially on his last drive. They ran wide receiver screen to get the ball inside the 5-yard line.
High end over end kick, and it'll go out of bounds at the 35, at the 2-yard line, and Penn State will start from the 35.
This kicking team, the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, first down.
And that's a big break for Penn State right now. They get the ball at the 35-yard line. I'm thinking maybe Singleton will try to run with the football on his kickoff return, but the out-of-bounds kick, that's outstanding field position for Clifford and his offense to start. They've been able to run the football for 50 yards so far against this Purdue defense. They've thrown the ball for 60. They got balance in their offense. I think right now they feel they can do anything they want to do. They've got to hang on to the football as your wide receivers when they are, in fact, open. But for the most part, I think this offensive line has done a solid job here in the first half against Purdue.
Hunter Norzad takes over at left guard for Landon Tangwall as part of the rotation. Set up with 2 in the backfield. Clifford gives the ball to Lee. Kevon Lee over the right side to the 36, maybe the 37, gets a couple, 2nd and 8.
I'll tell you another thing that long drive did Penn State last time with the football. It took the crowd out of this game, and that kickoff going out of bounds also sucked some life out of the crowd after they had all that energy and all the excitement of going down and scoring a touchdown.
Lambert Smith to the near side. Warren and Washington far side at 2nd and 9, their own 36. Lee to the left. Lambert Smith joined on the near side by Strange. So 2 left, 2 right. Clifford waits. Takes it. He'll give it to Lee, right side. Stumbles as he got into his cut, and he only got out to the 37-yard line. Now they're going to have to put the ball in the air. It's 3rd and 8.
No, I tried to bounce that thing to the outside, and Lee tried to turn upfield. Really didn't get much movement by the offensive line. Now it sets up, after 2 running plays, sets up a 3rd and long situation. Substitutions come in on the Purdue side for extra defensive backs. You do not want to give this ball right back to Purdue's offense after a long drive for a touchdown. You want to keep this offense out on the field.
Tinsley and Washington near side with Strange. Tinsley in motion away from us. Clifford takes it back to pass. Flag goes down. He delivers and bounced it for Washington as a second flag comes down.
Well, one is offsides, number one, against Purdue. The other one's down around the 47-yard line. We'll have to wait for that call. But the defensive back lined up on the line of scrimmage when the motion came across. He was in the neutral zone. Wait for the officials' call here. It's a big call here on third down.
The other one was in the direction of Corey Trice and Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Well, they're huddled up and trying to sort it out. Question will be whether it's all for Penn State or offsetting. We're about to get the judgment.
3 fouls on the defense, offside. Defense number 1, that penalty's declined. Holding, defense, number 17, that penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense. That penalty's accepted. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a sterling sequence.
Can you bank some of these penalties?
Yeah. Can we take the holding penalty later? No, I'm just kidding. All right, so they get a first down out of it. So they move the ball to the Purdue 48-yard line with 8:21 to go in the opening half. 10-7 Purdue. Lambert-Smith at Washington near side. Tinsley Strange far side, lead to the left to Clifford. From the 48, 4-man front. Takes the snap, wants to throw. Opening, steps up, delivers deep downfield, far sideline for Strange, reaches up, incomplete. Good coverage downfield that time by Corey Trice at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Strange looked like he tried to go up for it with one hand and bring this ball down along the sideline. Well, I thought Clifford was going to run with the football for a chance, but he gets his one hand on it, could not get his other hand across his body to bring that football in. Clifford again stepped up in the pocket. I thought he might end up running with the football. He hasn't run with the ball so far here in the first half.
2nd and 10, Purdue 48. Lambert-Smith, Washington near side. Tinsley far side, lead to the right. Clifford on the far hash going right to left. Give it a Lee, left side, and stumbles to the 45, maybe to the 44. It's going to set up a 3rd and 6 at the Purdue 44-yard line.
Looks like he got in and just got tripped up into that secondary that time. Lee is more of a power-type back, very, very physical, in the rotation as well, and that's what James Franklin said he would do with all 3 of the running backs.
Trips far side, Strange near side. 3rd and 6, Purdue 44, near hash. Lead to the left of Clifford. Clifford takes it back to pass. Pressure, steps away, rolls right, delivers over the middle, and knocked away and incomplete. Intended for Tinsley. It's going to be 4th down. Allen broke it up.
Well, again, the offensive line gave good protection for Clifford. Good job by Wallace, the right tackle that time, takes his man all the way beyond Clifford. Just a coverage downfield, trying to get the ball to Tinsley on a deep in route. Good coverage by Purdue, and they're going to get the football back.
Chris Stahl will snap it. Barney Amora will kick it away. Charlie Jones stands to our left at his own 7-yard line. Kick on the near hash will go right to left as we see it. Good snap, no rush. Nose down, tumbles. Jones runs away from it, hits at the 3, like a jackham wedge. It back pedals to the 4-yard line. Well done. That's your 60-degree, I believe. Purdue will start actually at the 3. 7:20 to go.
So comfortable with O'Connell throwing the football for anywhere on the field.
Jones in motion away from us. They'll give it to Downing, bounces to his right, cut down at the line of scrimmage. Coming up in the corner spot and the safety spot, Jalen Reed made the stop for Penn State.
We talked about Reed at preseason camp. You got to Reed this time. He gets off the receiver who's trying to block him. He disengages as it comes up from the outside in, contains it, and then makes the tackle as well.
Reed and Ellis are the safeties. Dixon and Wilson are the corners. King, Dominic DeLuca, and Jacobs the linebackers. Mustafer's out there with Ellis, Chop Robinson, and Nick Tarburn. 2nd and 10 at the 3. Motion now away from us by Tracy. Play action fake. They look for it dropped at the 10, incomplete. There was the in cut, and he had it right on the money, and it was going to be a first down.
Boy, again, you have the wide receiver. Penn State came with a blitz that time. The wide receiver was on Dixon that time, takes the inside move. The ball was right there. He beats Dixon on a skinny post that time and just drops the football to the 10-yard line.
Jack, I'll tell you, O'Connell, I'm standing right at the line of scrimmage, did a great job moving the defense with his eyes to the man in the flats, too. That helped open up that slant route.
3rd down and 10. It's a big play in this half right here because everything on field position depends here. Back goes O'Connell in the end zone. Pressure. Delivers and overshot him at the 21. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th down, and they'll have to kick it away. And again, Ansel was a little up and down last year. Let's see how it plays out. Penn State could get the ball around midfield, if not better.
Boy, that's a big stop. Penn State came with some delayed blitz that time. And O'Connell tries to throw the football. This is one of the few errant throws he has had. Over the top came Marquise Wilson, I think, and I was waiting for an official to throw a flag on that play right along the sideline, but a clean play by Marquise Wilson, and it ends up forcing a punting situation for Purdue.
Parker Washington is at the Purdue 44 on the near hash. Ansel is just inside the end line, rolls to his right, kicks it out of there, line drive. Backing up is Washington, takes it to his own 47, gives some ground, breaks a tackle 45, far sideline 50, 45, spun around there at the 40, and then finally taken down as he's thrown back at the 43-yard line. A rather exciting 10-yard return.
Yeah, and a little hesitation move at the end.
Yeah.
He breaks the tackle, his outstanding hands. That's why he's back around on punt returns. He can do everything for this football team. And Penn State with the defense gives the offense great field position right now inside Purdue territory with 6:14 left to go in the first half.
Singleton is the running back. Noorzad's the left guard. Tinsley near side. Lambert Smith far side. Both tight ends are in. Warren on the line of scrimmage. Wing left is Strange. Penn State looks for the lead here with 6:14 to go in the half. Tinsley in motion away from us. Turns. It's going to be Singleton right side to the 40, inside the 40, and drives it to the 39. Right out of the chute, gets 4, almost 5 in the play. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
He's got such a burst from that backfield position, and all of a sudden he lowers his shoulder and at the end of his run, getting to his hard yards inside the tackle box area, and gets a good 4.5, almost 5 yards on the play.
Both tight ends on the far side. Tinsley and Lambert Smith are near side. Mitchell's in the slot. 2nd down, 6, Purdue 39. Clifford to the line of scrimmage, backs up. He's got Singleton to his left. Clifford takes it. Singleton bounces to his right. Can't break a tackle, no gain. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 6 for the Nittany Lions at the Purdue 39.
Tried to bounce that thing. He just did not get the movement on that right side, but the offensive line and Singleton just continued to bounce to the outside, bounce to the outside. There was nothing there, and finally he's brought down for no gain on the play.
So they'll send Singleton to the near side with Tinsley. Lambert Smith and Washington far side. Tight end Strange will join Trips near side. Empty backfield for Clifford. No design runs yet for Sean in the game.
I was going to say, Clifford can, in fact, spread this out, and he may be able to run the football here.
He has 1 run out of the pocket. That's it. Takes the snap, back. Steps up, opening to his right. 40, keep it and go. Dives for the first down inside the 35 at the 32-yard line, and the Nittany Lions keep the drive alive.
And I know he's healthy right now, but Clifford does look, in fact, a little quicker this year than he did last year, even at the beginning of this season before he got hurt. So he was able to realize nothing open downfield. They made an opportunity for him to run the football, spread everybody out, and use that quickness to get the first down.
Offensive line did a good job of spreading the blitz out away from him that time. Singleton to the right of Clifford, 1st and 10 Purdue, 32, 4:20 to go in the half. 10-7 Purdue. Singleton to the 31-yard line. He'll get a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Well, he's trying to bounce it back to the right side that time while the blitzing linebacker's coming off the edge. Kind of runs right into Singleton here and brings him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tinsley will go far side. Lambert Smith near side. Warren tight right. Wing right is Strange. Singleton to the right of Clifford. On the far hash going right to left as we see it. 3:50 to go in the half. 10-7 Purdue. Penn State 2nd and 9. Purdue 31. Clifford sees the front. Takes the snap, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, delivers. He's got him at the 25. Stiff arm by Strange to the 21, and a first down for Penn State. Thompson made the stop, and the Nittany Lions moved the chains on another well-conceived play.
Good crossing route that time. And Clifford doing a good job on his crossing route, getting it out into his tight end. This time, Strange, probably the best receiver of the group, ends up making it the first down, lunging forward on the play. I think Penn State should just take their time here right now. 3:14 left to go in the first half.
Washington and Wallace far side, Tinsley and Warren near side, Singleton to the left of Clifford. Now in motion away from us. Sean back, inside screen to Tinsley, through traffic inside the 20 and down to the 17. He gets 4 at 2nd and 6. So they're in the Del Grosso Sauce red zone with 2:50 to go in the half. And Jack, that's like a running play.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do is fake to the right side, the open end of the field, wide side of the field, and come back to the short side of the field with the wide receiver screen.
17-yard line, near hash, attacking the end zone to our left. Tinsley, Washington near side, Wallace far side. Back goes Clifford. He looks for Wallace far side. Incomplete. Flags are down because Clifford is down in the backfield after he got hit. Sean slow to get up. This is going to be on Purdue, I think.
Well, first of all, it's a miscommunication.
Personal foul.
He thought it was a flag route.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 90. After this is through the goal. Automatic first down.
Well, Johnson gets called for it. They'll go half the distance of the goal, which will put it at about the 8.5. Remember, Purdue, by the way, gets the ball to start the second half. So they'll move the ball to the 8.5.
Yeah. First of all, Wallace and Clifford were not on the same page on the play, and then Clifford gets hit, and the first down seems to be fine right now, but took a shot.
Singleton to the left of Clifford. Two near side, one far side. It's Lambert Smith on the far side. Washington and Tinsley on the near side. The tight end is Warren. Near Ash, attacking the end zone to our left. Clifford. Singleton up the middle to the 5. Breaks a tackle, spins to the 2-yard line. It is 2nd and goal.
Well, good job again. Once you get into that secondary, and that power and speed of Singleton, he was able to come off the initial tackler in the secondary, spin to the middle of the field, and get the football, lunge forward, and get the football down to the 2-yard line.
They'll go full house now with Allen, Strange, and Singleton. Clifford under center on 2nd and goal at the 2. Clifford looks it over. Takes his time. Takes the snap, quarterback sneak. They push the pile. They keep pushing the pile. They get to the 1. They get near the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. The ultimate push.
I mean, I am so thrilled Penn State gets his touchdown here, but that rugby scrum at the end here, you can get a lot of bodies hurt there. When you're pushing on the back end, and he's able to just lunge forward and get into the end zone.
But that's the definition there of complementary football. The defense gets a 3 and out when they're at the 3-yard line after they're pinned down by Barney Amore and company. They get the ball at the 43 in the punt. They then put together an 8-play, 43-yard drive. Clifford gets the touchdown. And Jack, in this game, Penn State has run 36 plays, 23 runs, and 13 passes. Kick by Pinniger's up, and it sails through and good. And with 1:44 to go in the half, Penn State has a 14-10 lead. And that's the difference, Jack. That's almost a 2-to-1 run-to-pass ratio. So Sue with that big right foot. Waits. And with 1:44 to go in the half, approaches. And drills it high, end over end, and Jones will let it sail over his head, and Gabe Wosu does his job. They'll start at the 25-yard line. Now let's see what this defense can do.
Yeah, they got a 3 and out the last time they were on the field when they had Purdue backed up inside their own 5-yard line. They got a quick 3 and out, and that's set up obviously for the touchdown for Clifford and company. But right now, if we can get off the field here with 1:44 left to go, you know this clock's going to stop because they're going to be throwing the football here. and we can get a 3 and out again, it'll bode well for this offense going into the second half.
5 defensive backs to start. They'll go nickel. King, Hardy, Brown out there with Wheatley and Joey Porter Jr. 2 linebackers, Jacobs and Elsdon. Back goes O'Connell. Quick toss. Caught 30-yard line. Taken down to 32 at the 33-yard line. They get 8 quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they did this a couple of times already. Fake to the wide side of the field. Come back on that skinny post to the wide receiver.
Musafir, Beeman, Isaac, and Robinson up front. Doru left side. Turns the corner 35 to the 40 and over the 40 to the 42. In fact, they'll put the knee down at the 41. A first down with 1:18 to go in the half. They stop the clock to set the chains. 2 left, 2 right. Back goes O'Connell. Pump fakes. Delivers downfield. Caught 40-yard line of Penn State. 35 and inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Sheffield.
Got a delayed blitz that time. We came with Hardy, the nickelback, coming off the edge that time, but could not get to O'Connell in time before he delivered the football on down his left side for the first down.
And it was a zone blitz because they dropped to Isaac in the coverage. At the 34 of Penn State, 54 seconds left to have. Quick toss over the middle. Flag goes down at the line of scrimmage. It was incomplete on the pass. Ineligible man downfield on Purdue. I got a feeling somebody covered up somebody else.
Exactly. And also Penn State, Manny Diaz changing a lot of personnel. 4 new guys coming in on defense for Penn State right now after the officials call this penalty.
They bring in Vanover to go with Tarburton, Ellis, and
There is no foul for ineligible downfield. The ball was tipped. It's second down.
Second and 10, Penn State 34. Now they'll bring in Durant. They're going to go with a 3-down line look. We've been looking to see if they're going to go with 7 defensive backs. I don't think this is the moment right here. I think they got 7 DBs out there, Jack.
And you got to be very careful of the run here right now. The 3-down linemen right now, with extra defensive backs in the game, a lot of time you try to run the football against this.
34, he will throw. Throws, caught by Durham, the tight end, to the 25-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Clock at 42 seconds and rolling. Still have not used a timeout. They have 3 left. 3rd and 1. Now they'll use a timeout. They'll do so with 35 seconds left in the half. Purdue trying to put together what we would refer to as a 2 for none here.
But just a stop route by the tight end that time. He just comes down the field, turns in, comes about a half a yard short of the first down. I'm just really impressed on O'Connell with the way he is able to survey the entire field, knowing where the blitz situation is coming from. Reading the only bad read he had was on Porter on the deflection and out in the flat area that should have been in pick 6 going the other way. Other than that, he has been flawless in reading defenses, getting to the soft area in our secondary, and have not had an opportunity to get to him. We haven't had anybody come clean and get to him in the pocket to force him to throw the football early. His offensive line has done a good job. We have not sacked him at all.
Nope. 2 of 5 on 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 1 at the Penn State 25. O'Connell is 12 of 22, 146 yards. Also gives Manny Diaz, though, a chance to bring a 4th down lineman and an extra linebacker into the game on a 3rd and 1. O'Connell will be under center with nobody in the backfield with him. 3rd and 1. He may throw it here. Under center, Sheffield in motion away from us. Sheffield sweeps far side, turns the corner, fumbles the football. Penn State recovers at the 18-yard line. The Nittany Lions are on top of it. Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to look at it, whether in fact Joey Porter was inbounds on the play. He ends up making
clearly inbounds.
Yeah, he has got it. The
Only on the field was a fumble, recovered inbounds by the defense. First down, Penn State.
30 seconds to go with that. That's big. First turnover of the game.
That is huge. They try to get jet sweep. They take on a third down and short situation, and Penn State did a job. It ends up being a fumble. And I thought it was going to end up going out of bounds on the play. Yeah,
Good job by Zakee Wheatley.
Wheatley gets a true freshman, gets his redshirt freshman, gets his hands in there and just causes that turnover. And Penn State dodges a bullet inside the 20-yard line. They're going to look at this whether, in fact, Joey Porter was in bounds.
Purdue called a timeout because they want him to look at it. They want him.
The linesman was right there in front of Joey Porter as he made the fumble recovery right along the sideline.
So was I. There is no doubt in my mind. I know you saw it on the replay. He was in bounds.
I'm just saying Jeff Brom called that timeout to give the replay booth longer. I don't know if he's going to challenge it.
Purdue is challenging the ruling on the field that the defender was in bounds when he recovered the ball. We'll review the play. Timeout, Purdue.
So the previous play is under the roof for review. This official review brought to you by Bachman's Roofing and Solar.
I think the only question would be is if he stepped down and came back in, but I didn't see that either on the play.
Right. So, we'll take a look at it.
Well, first of all, it's a good job by Joey Porter controlling that ball as it was bouncing towards him. It looked like his feet were up in the air when he made the recovery, so I don't think it's a foot issue on the back. They haven't run the replay here yet.
This didn't take long. He's in bounds.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The defender was in bounds. Purdue has charged their second timeout and may not challenge the remainder of the game.
Hey, that's the only negative for Purdue is no challenges the rest of the game. I mean, taking a timeout here for them is irrelevant.
That is a huge turnover. They're trying to take the lead right before the end of the half. 30 seconds left to go. They get the third period kickoff as well. As you were saying, they're trying to go 2 for 1 here. And it ends up being a fumble. Wheatley ends up getting his right hand in, knocking the ball loose, and Porter does a good job of recovery.
Clifford takes it back to pass. Waits, steps up, throws it long and deep for Tinsley, middle of the field, reaches up, and incomplete. Flag goes down. They'll get 15 free yards on that one with 22 seconds to go in the half. So they'll get the ball out to the 33-yard line.
Pass interference, defense, number 1, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
In the NFL, that would have been awesome. That'd have been a field goal range. In college football, they're at their own 33.
And we got 3 timeouts left in 22 seconds, and why not?
Oh, I love the aggressiveness. Go for it.
He also has Ford in there at the running back position, and we know what kind of receiver he is out of the backfield. He converted that 4th down play on a touchdown drive. And James Franklin is not backing off. He's not taking a knee here with 22 seconds left to go and the 3 timeouts.
2 left, 2 right, Ford to the left of Clifford. 1st and 10, their own 33. 22 seconds left in the half. Penn State leads 14-10. Clifford takes it back to pass. Steps up, backs up, throws downfield for Tinsley. Incomplete. It's usually when Sean gets into a little trouble when he throws off that back foot, and he threw off the back foot that time.
Well, he was getting pressure that time, so he had to backpedal a little bit. It was all arm, you're right. Trying to throw the football to Tinsley downfield. Started to get that pressure on the inside, and he just backpedaled a little bit, could not get his legs underneath him, and it goes for an incomplete pass.
Amari Evans is now in at wide receiver to the far side, the speedster. Empty backfield, 2nd and 10 at their own 33 with 16 seconds left in the half.
Okay, he could run the football up here for 20 yards.
Clifford back. They run a stunt. He rolls right. Waits, delivers downfield. Open is Strange at the 45 to the 40. Breaks the tackle, 35-30. Strange to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Penn State. The Nittany Lions on a 67-yard pass play completely turned the end of the half around.
They had a 3-man rush. Clifford had time to wait, and it looked like along the sideline, Strange was covered, and then he just drifted downfield. Clifford saw him all the way and delivered a football, and all of a sudden, Strange realized there was nobody there to tackled him and ran the additional yardage into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a great job by James Franklin and Mike Yursich. They got the ball in the takeaway, and a lot of teams would have taken a knee, and instead they put the accelerator to the floor. They go 82 yards, and they do so in 28 seconds. Vinegar for the extra point. Just when you're thinking Purdue has a 2-for-none situation, now Purdue's looking potentially an 11-point deficit.
Well, you talk about a turnover on a play, and James Franklin said he's going to be aggressive against this Purdue football team. You have to be with the kind of quarterback that O'Connell is for Purdue, and he was aggressive with 22 seconds left. He continued to have Clifford throw the football, be aggressive, and end up getting the touchdown.
Extra point by Pinniger is good. 21-10 Nittany Lions. They've scored the game's last 14 points. Just when it looked Purdue was on the verge, Penn State gets the takeaway. Wheatley with the strip of Sheffield. Porter with the recovery. And then James Franklin gets aggressive. And Mike Yursich dialed up some great plays.
Well, one thing about this first half, James Franklin has been aggressive all the way through. Going forward on 4th down. You know, he's not going to sit back. He thinks he's going to score a lot of points. The Penn State defense holds Purdue to 10 points in the first half. That's an outstanding job. You talk about a big lift for a football team going into the locker room now with a 21-10 lead.
Strange's longest career reception. Previous had been 40. And for Brent Strange, his 7th career touchdown catch. So Clifford is thrown for 2 and run for 1. That was a run, right?
There were a lot of big bodies on top of him, I'll tell you that.
Sure were. Sanders Saedic will kick it off with 2 seconds to go in the half. I think he'll squib it, we'll see. Nope, he'll belt it. High end over end. Jones at the goal line. He's going to go. 5, 10, 15, and cut down right there. Dominic DeLuca downfield for the Nittany Lions on the coverage, and the first half is over, and for the Nittany Lions, the first half ends with a flourish. Brian Tripp will have his opportunity here to talk with James Franklin in a moment. I believe Jenny Taft will get the first opportunity, and then Brian will get his questions in with James. 2 teams leaving
in the second half because they're well rested. They did a lot of rotation, especially with the defensive line and secondary, so we should be strong for the second half.
Gabe Wosu, high end over end. It sails over Charlie Jones, head into the end zone, and Purdue will start 1st and 10 at their own 25. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations down the line to identify themselves on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield. Important sequence here for the Penn State defense to open the half, Jack.
The Penn State defense in the first half did a good job of just slowing this offense down and getting the turnover at the end of the first half. So
Doru behind O'Connell, bounces to his right, breaks a tackle, and then is cleaned up at the 26-yard line. Elston came back with Keaton Ellis to make the stop along with Tarburton. It's 2nd down and 9.
That's just a good job at gang tackling that time. I think Purdue coming out here in the second half initially, they got a little more out of their running game than most people thought that Purdue would be able to run against this Penn State defense. But if you play pass all the time, you're susceptible to some runs. And that time, Tarburton initially at the point of attack, and then all of his friends came up and gang tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Hardy for Sutherland. They go nickel. Back goes O'Connell over the middle. Caught the 30-yard line. Swinging near side Jones. First down over the 35 to the 37. Good cross underneath that time to Charlie Jones.
Well, he's got the great speed that time, and he's coming underneath the formation. Penn State playing kind of zone defense initially, but Joey Porter running with him across it. Everybody else dropped back into the secondary and ended up being wide open in a first down.
Isaac Beeman, Mustford, Tarburton up front. Linebackers are Sutherland, Elston, and Jacobs. Porter and king of the corners. Play action. Quick toss. Throw caught over the 40 to the 48-yard line by Payne Durham, the tight end.
I'll tell you, Curtis Jacobs is getting really close to some of these footballs this time. Sutherland also on the play, tried to jump up in the air and get a piece of it. It was a low football that time, but Sutherland could not get his hands on the ball. Another completion, another first down. And Purdue offensively coming out very aggressive here, throwing a football to start the third quarter.
Safeties are Brown and Ellis. Now Mustapher goes out and Devon Ellis comes in at tackle.
Steve, while we have a moment, just development. Sean Clifford jogged back into the locker room. Drew Aller is warming up, but it didn't look anything serious.
Doru to the 50, breaks a tackle, swings near side. He gave some ground. Is taken down by Jacobs at the 48. A flag is down. It'll be a false start or a motion penalty on Purdue.
Illegal formation, 5 players in the backfield, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Now they'll bring Vandenberg in to replace Ellis.
Steve, I just want to add one more thing to that. Sean did come out, warm up, and then he went back in.
Well, Aller's warming up probably just in case he's still in there for
correct.
whatever reason.
Yep, but he did jog in with 2 members of the medical staff.
Yep. So Doru to the right now moves to the left on 1st and 15. Their own 43. Goes back, time, delivers, caught Penn State 40 to the 35-yard line and a first down.
But he's deep in routes right now. The Penn State front four cannot get to O'Connell, the quarterback. He has time in the pocket to throw the football. Those deep in routes are coming open and quickly into Penn State territory to start this third quarter.
So 1st and 10, Penn State 35. Charlie Jones with another catch. Trips far side. Thompson near side. Doru to the left. They're giving it Doru to the right. Hit by Elsden inside the 30 and down to the 28. They get 7 on the play. It's 2nd down and 3.
Way too big of a hole by the defensive line up front. Ends up going off Penn State defensive left side that time. Penn State thinking pass on the play. A huge hole there. Elsden ends up making the tackle downfield, but not after about a 6.5-yard gain.
So it's 2nd down and 3 at the Penn State 28. Doru to the right of O'Connell. 2 near side. Back goes O'Connell. Quick toss. Incomplete. Tracy right to the shoulder pads and dropped. 3rd and 3.
Well, again, those skinny posts that they ran in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. This time on the outside at the corner position that time, you end up having King over there, and the wide receiver gets inside that time, but did not hang on to the football, which sets up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down 4. Shotgun for O'Connell. Too far side. Thompson to the near side. They look to the sideline. They brought in another running back now. They've taken Doru out of there, and they brought in Kobe Lewis, the transfer from Central Michigan. He now shifts to the left. 3rd and 3. Play clock down to 0 as he goes back. He tosses. It's caught by Thompson. 25, far side 20, 15, and cut down at the 11-yard line. And a first down for Purdue. They were very close to a delay of game. Very close.
But they end up having to just get the football off. And again, a short crossing route that time. We just don't take a good angle. Elsden does not take a good angle on that crossing route. Ends up in a chase mode and ends up going downfield inside the 10-yard line for the first down.
Purdue player is down. So yes, Drew Aller is warming up on the sideline. As Brian reported, Sean went back to the locker room with 2 members of the medical staff.
And has not returned.
And by the way, but Sean did warm up.
Yep.
To start, yeah.
Warmed up, ran in on his own power, but has not returned yet.
Okay. Well, they've got a break here as they check out Brock Thompson, who finally gets to his feet, but he's going to need help getting to the sideline. He was outstanding in the Music City Bowl against Tennessee.
Yeah, he ended up being the MVP. You have your quarterback throw for over 500 yards. He's not the MVP. Your wide receiver is, and he's a big part of their passing game.
He had 217 yards receiving in that game against Tennessee. So he'll need help from the training staff getting to the sideline. Purdue will have the ball first down and goal at the 9, it looks like. First and goal at the 9, or let's see if they put it at the 11. Let's see where they spot this, because they haven't set the change yet.
Looks like it's right at the 10.
Yeah, so it's inside the 10. It's first and goal. Jones will go to the far side. Sheffield to the near side.
They ran a wide receiver screen in the first half down here in the red zone area near the goal line. See what O'Connell does here.
Motion toward us. Throws and knocked away and incomplete. Deflected that time on the blitz by Keaton Ellis. Second and goal at the 10.
Manny Diaz is not going to hold back here, especially down here in this red zone area because he doesn't have a lot of area to cover. So you bring with a blitz package that time. You bring your safety off the edge and just gets a piece of the football. I think Penn State had that well covered as well, even if Keaton Ellis does not get his hands on the ball.
Daquan Hardy comes in as the nickel on second and goal at the 10. Trips near side. One to the far side. Doru now is to the right of O'Connell, who's in the gun. Takes the snap back. Quick toss far side. Turns in the end zone. Pass interference. They'll put the ball at the 2-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what. You jump into a defender like that. They're going to put this ball down, I guess, on the 2-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense, number 9. By rule, the ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
He does get his hand around the receiver, Joey Porter, right at the goal line. That was a second down play. Would have been third down and goal from the 10-yard line. Now Penn State has to bring in some big people right now because they're concerned about the running game, because that's how they scored on their touchdown in the first half, by running the football, bouncing to the outside and getting around Porter for the touchdown.
11:22 to go in the third. 21-10 Nittany Lions. Under center, O'Connell, deep back, Doru. Motion away from us, pitch to Doru, sweep to the far side, to the edge, dives in the end zone, touchdown, Purdue. Outstanding opening drive by Purdue to close the gap.
Number one, we cannot get pressure. Four-man rush does not get to him. We have to bring pressure, and a lot of those deep in routes. Good protection for O'Connell. He ends up making the throws downfield. Big play here was the pass interference on Joey Porter at the goal line. Would have set up a third and goal situation. And you knew they were going to come out here in the third quarter, and Purdue came right down the field, being aggressive, throwing a football, and end up getting the touchdown.
Player down for Purdue on the 2-yard line. And second one to go down on this series. A lot of bodies over there as Doru dove into the end zone for the score. His 11th career touchdown. So now we'll see how the Nittany Lions respond. And the first point of business will be, where's Sean Clifford? And if not, then it's Drew Allen. So we'll find out.
Yeah, Drew is done warming up. He was throwing with Bo Perbula on the sideline.
Yep. They'll take a timeout. 21-16, Nittany Lions lead it on the Penn State Sports Network. We're going to find out how it translates into a game. Nicholas Singleton is in the end zone, 3 yards deep. Devin Ford at the 10. High end over end. Singleton will circle, take it at the goal line, coming out. 5, 10, hit at the 12, breaks the tackle, 15, dives ahead to the 19-yard line. Drew Aller makes his Penn State debut.
There's no question about the fact that he has one of the strongest arms. Wherever in preseason camp, watching him play, he just seemed to get better and better from spring practice into preseason camp, and that is why he is number 2 right now in the depth order for the quarterback position for Penn State.
Katron Allen is to his left. Wide receiver each way with a wing right. Aller turns. It'll be Allen. Sweeps to his left and gets to the 20-yard line. That's it, a yard. 2nd and 9.
We got a true freshman handing off to a true freshman.
Yeah. He'll need more help from that running game. Again, the key, as Mike Yursich told Drew Aller, as Brian reported, keep it simple. Play your game. And believe me, he's got a nice game. And he's got an empty backfield right now with trips near side to far side. Lambert Smith in motion away from us. Drew takes it, back to pass, throws caught, 20-yard line, 25, dances to the 30, and a first down, the first completion of Drew Aller's career as he goes to Katron Allen.
Well, he does a good job. The one thing you want to do is a quarterback get this ball out very, very quickly, and he has that strong arm and deliver the football out there beyond the 30-yard line.
With the Keandre Lambert Smith on that catch. First down, their own 31. Allen now to the right of Aller. Two near side, one far side. He wants to throw again. Steps away from the blitz. Looks downfield. He's got Tinsley at the 47 and out of bounds on a first down. We mentioned in the pregame, Drew moves better than you think. That was example A right there.
Well, he had an opportunity here to either run with the football or throw the football downfield to Tinsley. He stepped up in the pocket and then to the right and decided to use his arm and get the football down to his guys who can make plays downfield. Tinsley makes the catch and steps out of bounds.
What does it tell you about the confidence that James Franklin and Mike Yursich have in Drew Aller on a first down throw? From the 46, Katron Allen just moves the pile ahead to the 49. He gets 3. The Penn State 49. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it came with a blitz that time. Ended up being a running play, run down blitz. And still he ends up getting about 2.5, almost 3 yards on the play. Aller showing a lot of poise back there right now on this drive.
2nd down and 7. Penn State at its own 49. Center of the field, going left to right as we see it. Allen to the right of Aller, motion toward us by Tinsley. Play action fake. Blitz from the outside. Drew delivers for Warren. Reaches up, dropped it at the 30, incomplete. Pretty well thrown by Aller that time. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Oh, I tell you, they came with a delayed blitz that time, and the safety never was going to get to Aller back in the pocket, deliver the football. That was a touch throw he put down there. And it's up over a defender. It looked like where Warren had a chance to make that play. Big game like this, you got to come up with some tough catches, and our wide receivers are going to have to step up here.
Warren and Tinsley near side. Lambert Smith at Washington far side. Allen to the right of Aller. 3rd and 7. Penn State its own 49, leading 21-17. 9:07 to go, 3rd quarter. Aller back, they rush 4. Steps up, looks, delivers, throw behind Tinsley, incomplete.
Trying to make the play on a crossing route. Tinsley was open on the play, but also looked like Aller could have run with this football. He steps up in the pocket. There was nobody out in front of him on the play and just threw it behind on a deep in route. Would have been a first down to Tinsley, and now we're going to have to punt the football right back to O'Connell and the Purdue offense.
Charlie Jones awaits the punt at his own 8-yard line. Barney Amore will kick it away. The snap by Chris Stahl. Good snap. Rolls right. Punches at it. Tumbles. Jones. Fair catch. Goes over his head to the 3. To the 1. And it's going to be down at the 1-yard line. Are they going to say?
That's a touchback.
Touchback, yeah. Touchback.
Ellis took the ball into the end zone.
Yeah. They'll get it at the 20. 21-17, Nittany Lions, 8:49 to go here in the 3rd. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
I'm Coach James Franklin. Penn State University has become my home.
20. Chop Robinson is out there with Nick Tarbert. Check the rest of the lineup in a moment for you once they get set.
Another mental mistake on special team. Keaton Ellis just takes that ball, which had been down right at the 2-yard line, takes it into the end zone, and that is a touchback, and that's why Purdue has the football right now at the 20-yard line.
Mustafer and Ellis are the tackles. Play action, quick toss, and caught at the 22, but right there is Joey Porter Jr. for a 3-yard gain. Couldn't go anywhere. Jones got 3 at 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they've been running that skinny post so many times right now. Joey Porter this time is right on the receiver. Gets a completion for about 3 yards on the play, but aggressive play by Joey Porter on the outside.
Lewis, the running back, he is to the right. of O'Connell on 2nd and 7, their own 23. Wide receiver each way. Play action fake. Blitz picked up. Delivers downfield. Porter's there. Knocks it away and incomplete. Great coverage by Joey Porter to bring up a 3rd down and 7.
2 outstanding plays in a row by Joey Porter here. He came into a delayed blitz that time. Joey Porter one-on-one downfield. Very confident corner. And was able to just go up on the football, make it, look back at it, get his hand up in the air, make a play on the ball, and no pass interference call.
So Penn State will go with 3 down linemen, Isaac Beeman and Chop Robinson. They'll go with 7 defensive backs. The only linebacker is Jacobs. Connell back, delayed blitz, delivers, threw it behind him and incomplete. There was no window anywhere. It is 4th down and 7.
Good job in that secondary again. They're trying to get that deep in route this time, not the short, skinny post that they ran in the first half, a little deeper in route. This was a series for Joey Porter, I'll tell you that, and now Purdue is going to have to punt the football away.
Jack Ansel will kick it away. Standing back at his own 40 on the far hash is Parker Washington. Ansel standing back in the 8. He'll probably get the ball away at about the 12. It's on the far hash. Takes the snap. Belts it out of there. Good punt. Backing up Washington over the shoulder. Catch at his own 30, 25, and thrown. Keeps his feet. Swings it to the far side at the 20, 25. Tripped up 30. Keeps going 35, 40. Far sideline 44-yard line and finally out of bounds. What a return by Parker Washington as he kept his feet. The knee never went down.
You talk about Parker Washington just dropping his hand and not going down on a knee, or that would have been a huge play for Purdue on special teams. Made the catch, made sure he just dropped his right hand down, knee never touched down. They can't challenge it anyway.
21, but Sean Clifford has reemerged from the locker room, and Brian, he's back out there.
Jogged out of the locker room, came right out, got a football, started throwing it, and he, from my vantage point, you can't really tell anything was wrong.
Kevon Lee is the running back. So 1st and 10. Penn State their own 21 near hash going left to right. 21-17 Indy line, 7:48 to go in the 3rd. Clifford under center, takes it, play action. Blitz, so he throws near side for Warren, knocked away by Thompson and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Good job by Thompson that time. He just went right up with Warren, the tight end, who's a big target off the play action fake by Clifford, and went up and timed this absolutely perfectly. This is a good defensive play downfield.
2nd and 10, Warren goes out. They've got Tinsley and Washington to the far side with Strange. Lambert Smith's on the near side. Now they'll put Lee over there with him. Empty backfield for Clifford on 2nd and 10. Only one guy is in a track stance for Purdue. Everybody else standing. Now the second one, Branson Dean. Clifford on 2nd and 10. Takes the ball. Back to pass. Throws near side. Lambert's dropped it incomplete. 3rd and 10.
Out pattern by Lambert Smith that time. Ball's a little bit throw, but you're a wide receiver. You got to make this catch. You got to make this catch to the outside. Timing wasn't really good. He bobbled initially. Could not catch with his hands. Sets up a huge 3rd down.
Strange will go to the near side. Far side, they'll have Tinsley, Washington, and Wallace. Lee to the right on 3rd down and 10. Their own 21 near hash going left to right. Clifford waits, takes the snap. They rush 4, pressure, rolls right, now rolls left. Flag goes down in the secondary. Clifford waits, deals it, and throws it away incomplete, but there's a flag down at the 33-yard line in the spot where sometimes they call defensive holding.
Clifford took a hit from 2 guys at the end of the play as well. No flag there.
Well, they're going to get a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call against Purdue.
Holding, defense, number 7. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jamari Brown called for the hold.
And Sean popped right back up after getting hit at the end of the play. That's the good thing.
Yeah, and Sean really kept this play alive and created the holding call downfield because he ended up rolling out to his right, coming back, rolling back to his left. Really couldn't put anything on the football when he threw it away on the near our bench. but already the holding call had occurred downfield because he kept the play alive.
First and 10, their own 31. Amari Evans, the freshman, split to the near side. All that speed, two to the far side. Lee to the right of Clifford. They haven't run the ball yet in this sequence. Clifford to the line of scrimmage. Now they move Lee to the left. Now to the right. First and 10, their own 31. Takes the snap. Lee's got it. Makes one miss. Spins over the 35 and a good run out to the 36. He gets 5 at 2nd and 5.
Good effort by Lee that time. He bounced it initially off the right side. Nothing there. Found a little crease back in the middle of the field. Found that, exploded through there. First down run, ended up getting about 5 yards on the play.
Evans goes out. They'll bring Strange in. Two tight ends, Warren and Strange together. Tinsley and Washington far side. Lee to the right on 2nd and 5, their own 36. 6:56 to go in the third. 21-17 Penn State. Blitz coming. Clifford gives it to Lee. They're waiting for him. He's dropped for a loss at the 34. Third down and 7.
That time they timed it up with the cadence from Clifford right at the snap of the football, and no chance at all. When you're coming like that, you're timing up with that cadence. The offensive line doesn't have a chance. It ended up being a no gain.
Warren will go out. Trey Wallace will come in. 2 left. Trips left, 2 right.
There's confusion in this secondary right now with 3 wides over there on the outside, one of them being our running back, Lee.
3rd and 7. Penn State needs the 41 to keep it alive. Clifford goes back. They run a stunt. Steps in the pocket. Delivers. Wallace dives. Incomplete at the 45, and they'll have to kick it away.
Okay, good job by Clifford giving the football out there. Your wide receiver got to make catches downfield. We have not had guys make a tough catch all day long. Still have the lead here, 21-17, with 6 minutes left to go in the third. But we had opportunities there and just could not convert. Big game like this, you got to step up and make those tough catches.
It's also the kind of game you need to play with a 2-score lead. And Barney Amore kicks it away. Jones backs up, takes it to the 20, and Daquan Hardy rolls him down right away. No gain on that return. In fact, they'll put him down for a 3-yard loss at the 17-yard line and a break. 5:51 to go in the third. 21-17 Nittany Lions. This is Penn State football. Doru, the running back, to the right of O'Connell. O'Connell play action fake. Pressure up the middle. Delivers far side. Open. Caught. 28-yard line. Breaks the tackle. Sheffield 30. Keeps going. 40. And finally tracked down from behind at the 45, 46-yard line and a first down.
Well, I tell you, good job and hustle by Vanover, the defensive end, who comes all the way across the field and hustles down here. A number of missed tackles. Kobe King misses the tackle. He opened it downfield. And a good job by Vanover, just on a pure hustle play, stopped it at the 45.
They'll go from the pistol, play action fake. A lot of time again. Delivers near side. Doru's got it 45. Open field tackle at the 47-yard line. Kobe King combining that time with Marquise Wilson. They get 2, 2nd down and 8, their own 47.
And Manny Diaz is not afraid to have Dixon out here right now with Marquise Wilson. You're right about Kobe King. He's got that kind of quickness. He's 245 pounds, but he can run, and he's very physical as well. That was a good job in open field, holding that to a 2-yard gain.
Dominic DeLuca out there, along with Kobe King and Curtis Jacobs, the linebackers. 2nd down and 8. Purdue, their own 47. 2 far side, 1 near side. O'Connell back, looks far side, delivers far side. A lot of jousting, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8. They tried to go to Rice that time, and Dixon was right there with them.
Yeah, it was a little stop pattern that time to try to throw a back shoulder throw. Dixon was right there, right at the first down yard marker at the 45-yard line of Penn State. Fans wanted a pass interference call. You're not going to get it.
3rd down and 8. Their own 47.
Penn State needs to find a way to make O'Connell a little bit uncomfortable here in the pocket. He's had all day. He's had time to step up, and he's done a really nice job getting the ball out in rhythm.
Let's say goes with 7 defensive backs. Trips far side, 2 near side. Empty backfield for O'Connell on 3rd and 8, own 47. Goes back, run a stunt, over the middle, caught, first down, 45-yard line to the Penn State 40. That was a fabulous throw by Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, we came with pressure that time. Boy, again, you got your wide receiver coming across into the middle of the field. I mean, that's just an outstanding throw out in front of Dixon that time on a third down play.
Sheffield with the catch of the first down. He made it to the Penn State 39. So two to the far side with Tracy in the slot, one to the near side. Doru, the running back, with Durham, a wing left. Durham now shifts to the right, or Doru does. Doru up the middle, hit, drives the pile to the 35, still keeping his feet. He gets 4 in the play, 2nd and 6. That's too much against that defense.
Exactly. I mean, you're getting too much of a push. I know Penn State is thinking pass all the way with this Purdue offense, and you got to match up on the outside. But you guys still have to read your keys with the running game, and the running game for Purdue has been somewhat of the difference here right now and why they are this close here, to Penn State, because we're getting more out of their running game than I think even James Franklin expected them to.
Zane Duran is in the game. Remember, Abdul Carter's out, targeting call first half. We'll give it to Doru again through the opening, tripped up at the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1 for Purdue at the Penn State 30 with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. 21-17 Nittany Lions.
There's just too big of a holes here for the running game for Purdue.
Doru's got 11 carries now in the ball game for 44 yards. Check at 49 yards. They just switched it up. 3rd and 1. Penn State 30. Rice goes to the far side alone. Tight ends and fullbacks in with the deep back Downing. Connell under center. Turns, play action, delivers, and missed him, and incomplete. Purdue will probably go for it here on 4th down.
Well, we try to get ball out into the flat. One of the few throws today that McConnell has not been right on the money with. Penn State did a good job of coverage out in that flat area. Kind of similar to what Ford ran on the 4th down play as well. The play actually gets rid of the football, but we brought pressure, and he had to get rid of the football. That's one of the few times that he has been uncomfortable in that pocket.
4th and 1, Penn State 30. Downing to the left of O'Connell. Goes in motion away from us. Empty backfield. Goes back. Sets. Fires. Quick toss. Caught. First down. 25, 20, 15, 10. And down inside the 10. And Purdue is at point-blank range at the Penn State 7-yard line.
Big 3rd down play again. Missed tackle in the secondary. And this is an outstanding tight end. Takes the football down inside of Penn State territory, inside the 10-yard line. Big throw again by O'Connell. Put that ball right out in front of his tight end. And it's an outstanding throw and a first down.
23 yards and a first down. 1st and goal at the Penn State 7. O'Connell looks to the sideline. Doru sets up to the right. Wide receiver each way. Option play far side, pitches to the edge to Doru. They're there, and they're going to take him down for a loss at the 8-yard line. Outstanding pursuit, but again, O'Connell running the option is not going to draw a crowd personally. You know he has to pitch it.
They're thinking Penn State may have not seen this play, but you're right about the fact this is not what you want your quarterback O'Connell, who is not quick of foot on the outside, running this option.
Curtis Jacobs is down on the play.
Yep, Curtis Jacobs is down for Penn State at the 10-yard line. So they'll take a look at him. Still face down at the 10. It's going to be 2nd down and goal at the 8 when we resume. 1:41 to go in the third. 21-17 Nittany Lions.
And realize also that we've already lost Abdul Carter as well for the entire football game. And now Jacobs being down here on the outside after this play. This is a good job at the Penn State defense, but not a play I would think that Purdue wants to run on the goal line with your quarterback who's not really an option to run with it. So you're going to the pitch man all the way, and Penn State had that thing well covered.
You know, it's only a yard, but that's a rather generous spot to the 7 to make it 2nd and goal at the 7 because he was thrown for a loss. Jacobs now sits up. Waiting for Curtis to see if he can stand up. Gets to his feet. And he'll make his way to the sideline.
Walking on his own power as well.
Thanks, Brian. All right, 2nd and goal at the 7. 21-17 Nittany Lions, 1:41 to go in the third. Tonight, Dennis Sutton comes in for Penn State at defensive end. First time we've seen him this half. Disa Isaac will be the other end.
Well, those defensive front, they've got to beat their offensive lineman one-on-one and gets kind of pressure on O'Connell. The only time they had, in fact, where he threw the ball too quickly was on a 3rd down play out of the backfield where we got pressure from the edge and he had to get rid of it.
And with no Jacobs and no Carter, Jamari Budden comes in at linebacker. Connell, Downing to his left, too far side, Thompson near side. Motion toward us by Tracy. Play action fake. Back, time, a lot of time. Delivers back in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Purdue takes the lead.
Just way too much time for a guy to run around from the right side of the field to the back of the end zone all the way across. O'Connell had all the time in the world in the pocket to throw the football and ends up finding on the other side of the field. Way too much time for our front four to let O'Connell stay in that pocket.
Charlie Jones with the catch. You wanted him to be a big play guy in this offense, with Bell going to the NFL and Wright not being eligible, and he has proven it on that play. So it's 23-21 Purdue, 1:11 to go in the third. Finneran in for the extra point. Put down, kick is up, kick is good, 24-21 Purdue. 1:11 to go in the third. Now the Nittany Lions have to respond.
Exactly, after giving up 2 touchdowns now. And again, not getting pressure on the quarterback. And I talked to the keys of the game, the front four and getting pressure. Well, we had to bring a blitz package, and we still have not gotten to O'Connell. And he has ended up being thrown the football at will from that clean pocket without pressure. And this time waited for Jones to come all the way across the field. That's way too long for him to have the football in his hand. You cannot cover that long downfield. Wheatley was at the back of the end zone, so didn't see Jones coming on that crossing route.
So Nicholas Singleton will be the deep man. Devin Ford is on the far side up at the 10-yard line. And now the Nittany Lions need to respond. My guess is that on this sequence, Singleton will be the running back, based on how it's played out so far. And Friel will kick it off. High end over end. Singleton at the 6. Nicholas to the 10, 15, 20, 25, over the 25 to the 30, and that's good starting position for Penn State and good judgment that time by Singleton.
Yeah, and Singleton has a good feel for it on kickoff returns. He hits that thing at high speed, right in back of all the blockers out in front of him, and then once he gets hit, he goes for another 3 or 4 yards upfield at the 30-yard line. Is good field position, and now this offense has got to get on track here in the second half.
Jack and I said Singleton, it would be his turn. He is the running back. Tinsley goes near side with Lambert, Smith, and Washington. Tight far side is Strange. Penn State goes left to right as we see it. 1st and 10, their own 30. Down 3, 1:04 to go in the third. Singleton to the right of Clifford. Sean Waits gets the snap. It is Singleton. Left side, bounce to the outside. Taken down for a loss. Corey Trice, an outstanding defensive play.
Yeah, that time Singleton had to bounce it to the outside. Outstanding open field tackle. He's trying to break that thing. There was nothing inside that time, so he had to go out and ends up making a play for a 2-yard loss.
2 to the far side, trips near side. Empty backfield for Clifford on 2nd and 12, their own 28. 34 seconds left in the quarter. Clifford directing traffic, play clock down to 10. 2nd and 12. 4-man front. They rush forward a stunt. Pump fakes, waits, delivers over the middle. Tinsley 30, bounces away, and then is taken down at the 29 for a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 11 for Penn State at their own 29 when we start the 4th quarter. 24-21 Purdue. We go to the 4th quarter on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield.
Coach James Franklin. Penn State University has become my home. The players are like family to me. My approach to coaching has always been about people and helping them be the best they can be. When I think about what I want from a financial partner, I want them to be people-focused and to champion my financial goals. PSECU.
He's to the left of Clifford. Trips far side. Strange near side on 3rd and 11. Their own 29 near Ash. They'll go right to left. Penn State will here in the 4th quarter. 24-21 Purdue. Norsat, by the way, the right guard replacing Wormley. Purdue shows blitz. They back out. Clifford takes the snap, back to pass. Steps up, hit, down he goes. Back at the 22-yard line. And that was quick.
Yeah, Caden Wallace, the right tackle that time, gets beat right off the edge, up the field, a quickness off the edge, and gets right to Clifford before he even has a chance to look downfield. On a 3rd and 11 situation, the 4-man rush got to Clifford and forcing another punting situation.
Scotty Humpick with an outstanding play. His first sack as a Purdue player that transferred from Murray State. Barney Amora will kick it away. Rolls to his right, kicks it. High, twisting punt. Jones calls for a fair catch. Makes the fair catch at his own 27-yard line. That's where Purdue will put it in play. All right, they'll say he's at the 26. Jack, now the defense needs in some way to turn it around, even as simple, quote, and it sounds simple, as a 3 and out.
Exactly. I mean, Penn State defense's second half here has already given up 2 touchdowns. Offensively, we look like a different football team here in the second half versus the first half. Because we're giving up the 2 scores. Number one, our offense is sputtering. I know we didn't have Clifford, but when Clifford came back in the game, we still have not been able to do anything. And then on a 3rd down, a 4-man rush gets to us and gets Clifford on a sack.
Curtis Jacobs back in the game at linebacker. Play action fake. Pressure. O'Connell hit, and down he goes back at the 19-yard line. They finally got to him.
To get chunks of the yards back.
Durham in motion toward us. Back he goes. Throws. Caught. They set up an inside screen to the 20. Breaks the tackle, but then Curtis Jacobs cleans him up at the 25. It'll be a 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, they had 3 offensive linemen out in front of them that time. Was able to time that up and get a lot of those yards he lost back and setting up a 3rd down and 10 situation right now.
There's a marker back at the 17-yard line.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 87.
To be honest with you,
This is to the goal, 2nd down.
This is a point of emphasis this year, this block right here, and you could see on the play, I was wondering if they would call it because Durham peeled back, and when he did, that's what set the play up. So instead
That's a big penalty right now for Penn State. They end up getting some yards back on that screen, and now with the penalty added on, be a 2nd and long situation. And Penn State's going to make sure they play down and distance here right now. This is the time of the game right now where we can get the ball back with good field position, and this Penn State defense has to get off the field.
So it goes back to the 10-yard line, which makes it 2nd down and 26. Again, you got to play sound down in defense. Don't even give them half. 1 far side, 2 near side, back, quick toss near side. Jones has it, 15, tripped up as he got to the 18-yard line. They get 8 on the play to bring down a 3rd down and 18.
Well, they still gave up more than you want to do on a play like this. You got to get the ball to the outside, you have blockers out in front, and then Hardy ends up making the tackle on the play. 3rd and 18. They've got to get to the 36-yard line for a 1st down.
Big play here for this Penn State defense with 12:26 to go.
The front 4 has got to get this ball out of his hands quickly so the receivers don't get downfield to get enough yardage for this 1st down.
Brown is showing blitz, now backs out. Back he goes, throws near side for Jones, knocked away by Kalen King, and incomplete. That was outstanding coverage. Purdue may be complaining, but he had the inside advantage, Jack, and he swatted the ball away.
And he turned back, his head turned back to the football. Every wide receiver in college or pro football, if they don't make the catch, they look to the official on the sideline for a pass interference call.
So it's 4th down. This defense needed a 3-and-out. They turn it into a negative series for Purdue. And now Parker Washington awaits the punt at his own 40. Ansel standing back on his 4. Rolls to his right, kicks it. Tumbling punt, fair catch. Washington makes the fair catch at his own 45. The Nittany Lions are 55 yards away from the lead with 12:04 to go. 24-21 Purdue. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
The Penn State Department of Intercollegiate Athletics would like to recognize those that are blue and white partners of the
It's older Pennsylvanians every day.
12:04 to go in the 4th quarter. 24-21 Purdue, but the Nittany Lions find themselves 55 yards from the lead as they start 1st and 10 at their own 45 on the near hash, going right to left as we see it. Katron Allen is the running back. Tinsley and Washington far side, Strange in motion away from us. Clifford looks over to the sideline. Warns the tight end on the near side as Sean takes his time and moves Allen to his left. Now calls out a check. Clifford takes it, play action fake. Back he goes. A lot of time. Steps. Long and deep for Parker Washington and overshot him at the 5. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, their own 45.
Well, that time we put Strange in motion and came across the formation, and he helped out on that right side. He kind of double-teamed the defensive end that Wallace is trying to protect on that from that right tackle position. They made sure that they're trying to get a deep ball downfield that Clifford would have enough time to throw the football.
Bunch set far side. Lambert Smith near side. Allen to the left of Clifford on 2nd and 10. Clifford waits. He'll throw. Back pedals over the middle. Caught. 45. Breaking a tackle inside the 40 and a 1st down to Mitchell Tinsley inside the 40 at the Purdue 38-yard line.
Boy, Tinsley just sat down in some traffic in that area, and somehow Clifford was able to get him the football backpedaling as he was getting hit and delivered it to Tinsley.
Clifford now on 1st and 10. Purdue 38-yard line near hash going right to left as we see it. Lambert Smith and Warren far side. Near side it's Tinsley. Wing right is Strange and Allen to the right of Clifford. 1st and 10. Clifford takes the snap. Play action fake. Sets up the screen to Allen. 40. Near side 35, 30 and out of bounds inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. They get 9 on the play. 2nd and 1.
And well designed. They saw the corner blitz and they threw the ball right back to that vacated area. And Clifford was able to roll out to his right, biding some extra time, and then deliver the football where that corner blitz was coming from and deliver it to his running back.
Lambert Smith and Tinsley far side. The 2 tight ends are together near side. Warren on the line of scrimmage. Strange wing left. They go pistol now with Allen behind Clifford on 2nd and 1 at the Purdue 29. Now they move Allen to the right. Clifford takes the snap, play action fake. Quick toss inside. Lambert Smith got it inside the 25, breaks the tackle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Penn State. The Nittany Lions retake the lead on the touchdown pass from Sean Clifford to Keandre Lambert Smith.
And Lambert Smith has dropped a couple of balls here today, but he makes an outstanding catch here and gets hit, refuses to go down on his in route, spins around, athletically stays on his feet, and goes right up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown.
Keandre Lambert Smith with the touchdown catch, his 4th career touchdown catch, and now an important extra point for Jake Penninger to try and make this a 4-point game with 10:44 to go. Now the hold of Barney Amore. Chris Stoll will snap it. Foot down, kick is up. Kick by Penninger is good. Penn State leads 28-24, 10:44 to play, and now the pendulum swings to the Penn State defense when we return on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Coach James Franklin. Penn State University has become my home. The players are like family to me. My approach to coaching has always been
But to him to staying engaged in this game despite some early struggles.
You are so correct, and the idea that catch is more than just 7 points for him and us taking the lead. I think that can be a real jump start for Lambert Smith to really be a wide receiver that they've been looking for a long time. That was a great athletic move to stay on his feet after getting hit, spin around, and use that speed he has and take it all the way in for the score.
Sanders Sahanic will kick it off. High end over end. Jones will take it at the 4. Jones, 5, 10, 15. Swings outside and taken down at the 17-yard line. Outstanding coverage downfield for Penn State that time by Sebastian Constantini.
Well, you got to stay at home on the outside. This is a big-time kickoff return man, and you got to make sure you stay in your lane, take care of what you have to take care of. And all of a sudden, that Jones bounces to the outside, and you're right there for the containment.
And that's a terrific return guy he took down.
You hold your breath when he has the football on a kickoff return.
They'll mark it at the 18, 1st and 10. Robinson's out there with Vanover. Vandenberg's out there as well at tackle for Penn State. Trips near side, one far side. Dorup sweeps through the hole. Breaks a tackle over the 25 and out to the 26. That's one area, Jack. I know they're using Penn State's formation against them, but they're running the ball far too often.
Exactly. I mean, they're getting close around 80 yards rushing against the Penn State defense, and I did not expect that to happen. Ends up Joey Porter from that corner position comes over and makes the tackle.
2nd down and 2 at their own 26-yard line. Beeman, by the way, the other tackle. Kobe King's at middle linebacker. Joined out there with Sutherland and Jacobs. Doru hit for a loss back at the 21-yard line. Vanover shot through the gap that time to make the play with Vandenberg.
Back-to-back drives now where they've made a few negative plays on defense.
But Vanover got in there, then Beeman cleaned him up.
I'll tell you, Beeman was right there as well.
So 3rd down and 6 Purdue, their own 22-yard line. 9:36 to go. Can Penn State force another 3 and out? Tight formation. Now motion away from us by Rice. Picked up by Dixon. Back goes O'Connell. Sets, throws, and they'll be short of the mark. It's incomplete anyway. It'll be 4th down, and Penn State had everything covered that time.
I'll tell you, Hardy does an outstanding job here. You talk about press coverage and coming up and trying to get the football out to his wide receiver, and Hardy is all over that play, knocks the ball loose, goes for an incomplete pass. That is a film where you show this and how to play secondary man-to-man coverage.
They have a clock problem here. The clock was still running down to 9 minutes. They'll have to reset it because of the incomplete pass. 9 minutes, 10 seconds. 9:10 on the clock.
Steve, you said a couple of minutes ago that the one thing you want in this game is a 2-score lead, and just like that, Penn State has an opportunity to get it as they get the ball back.
Right here, Brian. This is a big sequence coming up here. You want to play against this team with its offense with some sort of cushion, if it's possible. Washington awaits the punt at his own 40. Ansel takes it, straight on, belts it. Back goes Washington, fair catch, makes the fair catch at his own 36. That's where the Nittany Lions will put it in play with 9:04 to play. 28-24 Nittany Lions. Back with more in a moment on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield. Brian, I know you brought up field position during the break. Penn State's had a little bit better field position of late, but overall in the game, their own 28 to Purdue's 21. Lee is the running back to the right of Clifford. 2 far side, 1 near side. Clifford, Lee, left side up the middle, 40. Lee to the 45, dives ahead for a 1st down over the 45 to the 48-yard line.
Well, all 3 of the running backs right now, Lee making this play. The initial guy that hits him, they do not go down. Lee bangs off one guy and gets into the secondary and just goes forward with that powerful momentum and ends up getting a 1st down.
Singleton replaces Lee. Play action fake. Clifford down the middle, intercepted. He overthrew Tinsley. Up the middle, 40. 45, open field to the 40. Jefferson 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Purdue. Jefferson runs it all the way back for a touchdown. Purdue takes the lead.
the middle, those deep in routes. You've got to make sure you're accurate with the football. Tinsley is wide open on this play. The safety from the other side of the field comes underneath and makes the play. Clifford never saw him, got some blockers, and he took it all the way to the house.
Purdue's going to go for 2. Purdue will go for 2 with a 30-28 lead with 8:29 to go. Penn State needs a huge stop here because that would open the door for a field goal. Nope, now they're going to set it. They are going to go for the extra point. They will go for the extra point. Fitterman is on. Puts it down. Kick is up. Fitterman's kick is good. 31-28 Purdue. Penn State's defense with back-to-back 3-and-outs. And then it turns out it's their defense that gets the pick. Run back for a touchdown by Jefferson. His second career interception, the biggest one of his career.
Well, he just came from the other side of the field, just playing his own defense. When Clifford
in the state championship game when he was a senior in high school had a couple of returns for touchdowns.
I'll tell you, Hardy's that guy on a team that he's invaluable. He does everything. He's a gunner on the punt coverage. He does a great job there. He's back here on kickoff returns here right now, trying to get Penn State good field position for whoever the quarterback will end up being.
Chris Van Aker will be the one that kicks off. First time he's done it tonight. Right-footed kicker, high but short. Underneath it is Hardy, 15, 20, cut down at the 20-yard line, flags down everywhere.
Well, the kick was so short that Hardy had to come up and get it at full speed, and the timing on the kickoff return was not there. Plus, the ball, we had a penalty, so there's going to be no field position right now for Penn State.
Receiving team number 82 has the business to the goal. First down.
So let's see what the decision is going to be here. First of all, Penn State will be backed up. They're going to start from about the 9. And let's just see.
It is Clifford.
It's Sean Clifford. And the only reason we had a question about it is that Brian was talking to said Sean was talking to the medical staff. Well, now you're 91 yards from the lead. 31-28. Purdue, 8:25 to go. From your own 9. Motion by Tinsley away from us. Clifford takes it. Throws over the middle. Caught by Lambert Smith at the 19-yard line. Close to the mark for a first down. He should have it.
And I'll tell you, that's a tough catch that Lambert Smith made. The defensive back was all over him on the play. He was able to get the football in his hands, secure it to his body as he went down.
First and 10, their own 19-yard line. Tinsley to the near side with Lambert Smith and Strange. Warren on the line of scrimmage far side. Lee to the right of Clifford on first and 10, their own 19. Strange sets up wing left after motion. Lee sweeping near side, turns upfield to the 21-yard line. Gets 2 on the play, second down and 8 as Graham made the stop. Second and 8.
You got to get more out of our running game on a first down run. Bouncing to the outside, Lee turns the corner. Just could not get any movement going forward. Ends up being only a 2-yard gain.
Bryce Effner, the right tackle now in place of Caden Wallace. Under center is Clifford. Tinsley in motion away from us. Lone set back Lee. Second and 8, their own 21. Turns, play action fake. Screen to Warren. Warren's got it. Warren taken down at the 23-yard line, and Penn State is going to be faced with a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, the ball was high, and there was no timing that time because Warren had to jump up in the air, make the catch, and then turn upfield. And by that time, Purdue was all over him.
3rd down, 6. Wallace comes in. He'll split to the near side. Washington to the far side with a wing right. Lee is running back to the left of Clifford. For the moment, Purdue shows 5 up front. 3rd and 6. Washington in motion toward us. Clifford goes back. He's got protection. Waits. Time. Over the middle. Throws it and threw it behind of Wallace. Incomplete. 4th down, and Penn State will have to kick it away. with 6:34 left.
Yeah, and Clifford had all the time in the world back there. He just could not find anyone open downfield. At the last second, he's going on a crossing route. And he ends up with good coverage there as well. Wide receivers got to get open downfield as well. It's not all on Clifford, the quarterback. He had great protection by the offensive line, but now he's going to have to punt the football away.
All right. So Barney Amore will kick it away. Jones awaits the punt at his own 35. Punt goes right to left as we see it. Rolls to the right, belts it out of there. High twisting punt, fair catch by Jones. Backs up and makes it at the 32. That's where Purdue puts it in play. 6:27 to play. Purdue leads it 31-28. It's one thing to give up 24 points to the offense of Purdue. It's another thing to have another 7 tacked on defense.
Yeah, Purdue's offense is going to score a lot of points throughout the course of the year with all the weapons they have and the passing game and the quarterback, O'Connell. But, yeah, you get a gift 7 points on a defensive play. That does not normally happen for this Purdue Boilermaker team.
All right, winning time now. You got to make some plays. Durham goes in motion away from us. O'Connell is in the gun. Doru to his right. Play action fake. Back. Delivers near side and threw it into the bench incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10. With pressure by Tarburton.
Yeah, Tarburton got in that time when O'Connell was ready to deliver the football. And normally he is very accurate. He just threw this football out of bounds to avoid the sack.
2nd and 10, their own 31-yard line.
You also got to read your keys on the running game. You have to make sure in the play action that he does, in fact, hold the football because the running game has hurt Penn State.
It's where Elson and Jacobs had to play it. O'Connell looks to the sideline with 6:22 to play. Purdue nursing a 3-point lead, 31-28. Trips far side, one near side. Play clock at 2. Takes the snap, back to pass. Waits, delivers over the middle, knocked away and incomplete.
I'll tell you, Joey Porter has had one heck of a game. He got the one pass interference called down on the goal line in the first half, but he has played man-to-man coverage all over the field. He's about 6'2". He's got length from that corner position. This time was able to knock the football away. And again, the wide receivers running those short, skinny posts inside, and he was right there on the play.
Doru's back in the game on 3rd and 10. Do you think screen if you're a linebacker?
In man coverage, you're going to have to go right to him.
Yeah, gotcha. 3rd down and 10. Purdue their own 31-yard line. 6:18 to play. 2 far side, 1 near side. Jones in motion away from us. Play clock at 1 as he goes back. Steps up, throws over the middle. Caught 46-yard line. 1st down, Purdue. DJ Sheffield.
Just enough time in the pocket. That time, Hardy on the cover just could not get there.
So Purdue at their own 46. Connell's thrown for 290. 24 of 44. Seems like he's completed every pass, but he hasn't.
Yeah, he's taking his time right now here at the line of scrimmage before he calls his play on 1st down.
Back he goes. Backs up. Throws near side. There's going to be a pass interference call on Penn State or holding, one of the two. It's going to be one of the two, holding or pass interference.
Yeah, on Dixon.
Yep. Pass interference. So the way where they threw the flag was at the Penn State 44.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Penn State 44-yard line with 5:36 to play.
Somehow Penn State has got to get off the field defensively, but the worst, they can give up a field goal, and that's about it. They cannot allow Purdue to go downfield to score a touchdown and put this on a 2-score game.
Pistol this time. Doru behind. O'Connell too far side. Jones near side. Robinson's at defensive end now with Isaac on the other side. Vandenberg and Mustafa round out the front 4. Doru in motion away from us. Quick toss over the middle. Knocked away and incomplete. Keaton Ellis all over Tracy that time. Perfect timing. 2nd and 10. Stops the clock at 5:33.
Yeah, these short, skinny posts that they've had success with in the first half, And now Penn State taking it away. You've got to be aware of the skinny post and a takeoff. A lot of times you make it look like it's going to be that crossing route, and you take it upfield. Dotson ran that very well for Penn State last year.
2nd and 10, Penn State, 45-yard line. Trips far side, one near side. Doru to the right of O'Connell. Aiden takes it, blitz coming, back, throws, caught 40-yard line, flag goes down, breaks the tackle 40, 35, and down at the 30-yard line. Flags are down at the 50-yard line.
I think this might be a legal chop block, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
On Jacob.
Foul, chop block, offense, number 22 and 53. 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Artwork and Doru.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Jacobs is okay because that is a very dangerous play. When you're engaged with one offensive lineman and then someone else comes and just cuts your legs out from underneath, and a lot of times you can end up with a serious knee injury. The officials right there called it. This is a big penalty because Purdue would have had a first down into Penn State territory and would have continued to work on the clock.
So now it's 2nd and 25 at their own 40-yard line. Penn State will change up, take Sutherland out, bring Hardy in as the nickel.
Wide receiver screens and screens to your running back.
You look over to the sideline.
They want to get some of these yards back. And that's a pretty safe play on a 2nd down play.
O'Connell takes the snap, back to pass. Throws far side. Porter knocked away and incomplete. Joey had great inside position. 3rd and 25 with 5 minutes to play.
Okay, Joey Porter is having, from the corner position, one heck of a game. I know Purdue has 31 points, but they got a defensive score. But Joey Porter, other than that one pass interference call on the goal line in the first half, has been all over the receivers. And here's where a 4-man rush, you have got to get to this quarterback and make sure he gets rid of this football. Do not allow him to stand in there and wait for his receivers to go downfield.
They'll go with 7 defensive backs. Jacobs the linebacker and 3 down linemen. They'll go with Robinson, Beeman on the nose, and Isaac.
You also have to look at the run.
Play clock to 0.
And it's going to be delay a game. And they're going to have to reset the play clock. They're going to game clock to 5 minutes.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
But they need to reset the game clock to 5 minutes. It's at 4:56. 4 seconds ran off the clock. Now they reset it. All set. So it's 3rd and 30.
And you got to say, no penalties in that secondary, no grabbing. The 4-man rush here, try to get pressure, make sure that ball gets out of his hands quicker than he wants to, and set up a punting situation.
Empty backfield for O'Connell, trips far side, 2 near side. He goes back, they rush 4. Delivers down the middle, knocked away, and almost intercepted.
Keaton Ellis, I thought, had a chance as that ball got deflected up in the air. Good man-to-man coverage. Again, Hardy downfield, forcing a punting situation with under 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Defense has had a whale of a 4th quarter here.
The defense has given them a chance. They went back-to-back 3-and-outs, and that time they only ran 6 plays. Washington awaits the punt at his own 26. Ansel, high, short punt, fair catch by Washington at the 28-yard line. So the Nittany Lions find themselves with 4:50 to play, 72 yards from the lead.
Good job by the defense. Also, the penalty helped as well. And I think Purdue wanted to be a little more careful on the 3rd down play. But that ball got deflected up in the air, just like with Joey Porter in the first quarter. And I thought Keaton Ellis, who does a good job of being around the football, I thought had a chance on that deflection because he's going the other way with momentum, and he would have taken that one all the way back for a score.
Singleton's the running back. Lambert Smith far side. Their side, it's Tinsley. Motion now by Strange. On the near hash, going right to left as we see it. Clifford back, holds it. Now rolls right and dumps it off incomplete. They wanted to throw a screen pass that time to Singleton. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That's going to be intentional grounding here.
Well, Singleton was there. I know it doesn't
look like he was further downfield.
Singleton's in the wash. And he's right at the line. In fact, right at the line of scrimmage. It's the right call. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10, their own 27-yard line. You can still run the ball, Joe, with 4:44
without a
left.
doubt. Without a doubt. At first down play, we try to run that screen, and he practices all that at preseason camp, but it just did not work.
Empty backfield for Clifford. Trips near side to far side. 31-28 Purdue, 4:44 to play. Blitz coming. Back. Throws. Batted down. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Graham got it.
Yeah. Thought we might have something there with Parker Washington. Try to get the ball, I think, on the outside. Clear now with Parker Washington. Trying to get the ball to Lambert Smith, the outside. You rush, you get your hands up in the air in the throwing lane. That's exactly what they did. Go in for an incomplete pass.
3rd down and 10. Nittany Lions, their own 27 with 4:41 left. 2 far side, 1 near side. Singleton, the running back. He'll set up to the left of Clifford. Strange wing right. 4-man front. Clifford takes it. They blitz 1. Clifford back. Delivers over the middle. Deflected and incomplete. Lambert Smith felt he was grabbed that time. Irrelevant. No call. It's going to be 4th down. And Penn State a 3 and out when they didn't need it.
Yeah, and Singleton did a good job. They came with pressure. Singleton stepped up and took on a linebacker. And just went for an incomplete pass that time. And Penn State a quick 3 and out and gave the ball right back to Purdue with 4:35 on the clock.
Took them 15 seconds on that drive. That was it. Penn State does have all 3 timeouts remaining.
It's been a tough second half here for Clifford.
14-29 now for 210 yards. Barney Moore will punt it away. Takes it, rolls to his right. Belts it high, twisting punt. Jones retreats to his own 25. Fair catch and makes the fair catch there. That's where Purdue will put it in play. So Penn State, defensively, they've actually stopped Purdue the last 3 times. Need to do it again, and there are 3 timeouts in the bank to work with. Purdue will start from their own 23-yard line. O'Connell has not thrown an interception in this game. The one takeaway was the fumble by Sheffield.
And one thing about this Purdue offense, we'll see whether, in fact, they want to run the football here on first down. I think Braum will continue to be aggressive and just run that offense exactly the way it is all the way through to the end of the game.
1 setback with O'Connell under center. Play action, chased by Sutherland, dumps it off complete to the 20, to the edge of the 24, and taken down right away. Good reaction by Jair Brown, the All-American safety, to make it a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Boy, I thought we had his sack because we're coming on O'Connell. He's able to get the real football off, but Brown does a great job of reading that, closing on the receiver, and holding it to probably about a half a yard gain.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Clock rolling to 3:54. 31-28 Purdue. O'Connell looks to the sideline. The veteran, and we mean veteran quarterback, knows the play clock like the back of his hand. Play clock's at 4. Takes the snap, play action, throws it over the middle, knocked away and incomplete. Joey Porter Jr. again. It also stops the clock at 3:36. It's 3rd and 9.
Joey Porter is just having a tremendous game from that corner position. Aggressive. Again, the fans here at Ross-Ade Stadium want the pass interference call, but the ball was there. He strips the ball out. Again, trying to get inside of Joey Porter, but now he is closing on these receivers, and they have not been able to catch the football.
Fresh troops in for Penn State on 3rd and 9. Purdue at its own 24-yard line. Clock stopped at 3:36. 31-28 Purdue. O'Connell takes it, back to pass, over the middle, caught by Jones, 1st down, 35, breaks the tackle to the 40. Purdue keeps the drive alive on a clutch throw from O'Connell to Jones.
Again, they went away from Joey Porter this time, went on the other side, and again, that quick in route again.
Well, now Now you're
looked like Jacobs had almost a chance to. There's a low throw like that. He almost in the linebacker position almost got his hands on it.
Now you have to think about the timeouts, Jack. From their own 41-yard line, Purdue with 3:08 to play. They'll look to the sideline. He'll milk this thing down. They won't snap this until there's about 2:54 left, leading by 3.
Might see a running play here.
It is a running play. Sweeps to the edge and cut down at the 44-yard line. Now you got to think about a timeout.
Yeah. James Franklin immediately called a timeout there.
Yep. They get 3 on the play. It's 2nd down and 7. Good job by Elsdon. Ellie's helped out.
Yeah, Elsdon did a good job of reading that, coming over, holding that to a short gain. Here's the game right now. The Penn State defense has to get off the field here. They cannot allow a first down here because Purdue will end up starting to bleed that clock. So they got to get stops right here. Still got about almost 4 yards on the play.
So Penn State will send out Isaac, Ellies, Mustafer, Tarburton up front, Sutherland, Elsdon, and Jacobs the linebackers. Porter and King are the corners. Reed and Brown are the safeties. Let's see if Purdue runs the ball again here. Downing is now the running back and not Doru. 2 far side, 2 near side. Spreading out that formation. 2:50 left. Penn State with 2 timeouts remaining, down 3. O'Connell in the pistol now with Downing behind him. And Purdue will call a timeout. That time, O'Connell did take too long, and Jeff Brom knew it. So 2 timeouts remaining on each side. Is there anything easy in this conference?
And the scoring right now. I mean, 31-28 is putting so many points on the board right now, and you think you really held Purdue so far in this game. You think your defense played pretty well, but you got 31. We know they got the 1 on the defensive interception return for a touchdown. But right now, I mean, the game, these next 2 plays are right here for the Penn State defense, and somehow they've got to get some kind of pressure. I thought Jacobs had a couple of chances on those in routes. The corner is driving on it, but your linebacker underneath, where Elsdon or sometimes Sutherland or Jacobs is around, because it's a low throw in those skinny posts like that, and you got a chance to get your hands on the football. Jacobs has come close a number of times.
Penn State's forced 1 fumble in this game, but O'Connell's been clean in terms of picks. Downing is to his right. 2nd and 7, their own 44. To the far side, including Brock Thompson. Durham wing left, 1 near side. Motion away from us. He wants to throw. Blitz coming. Gets away. Looks. Lobs it downfield. And it's caught by Durham at the 33-yard line. There is no way he should have been able to make that play.
Well, he just made this play. He forced him out of the pocket. We came with pressure. We did not get to him. He can't run real well, but he avoids the rush. And this is just an outstanding catch by Durham coming across from the other side of the field. I thought we had a chance for the interception here, and it ends up being a completion.
See if they review it.
Some plays under further review.
That's interesting. Again, we don't really have access to any replays up here. It's all guesswork. The previous play under the roof for review. This official review brought to you by Bachman's Roofing and Solar. 2:36 left. So we'll see what they say. Again, this is where, again, I don't care what stadium you're in. Start showing the replays in the stadium, and here's why. The fan in the stadium that makes the effort to drive, that buys the gas, that sits there and buys the ticket, the whole thing, should have all the advantages and more compared to the person at home.
There's no question they should be showing it right now.
Well, usually, I'll say this, usually when they don't show it in the stadium, that's probably bad news for the home team. I hope I'm right.
Well, they are going to show it now. can't tell. Not from that angle.
Yeah.
It depends on what other angles TV has.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't tell because what happens when he goes down to the ground, King is blocking the camera view.
I thought he was initially just going to throw the football out of bounds.
Me too.
But
King deflected it. I think he caught it.
I think it's a catch too.
I think
from that angle right there, that is a catch.
After further review, it's an incomplete pass.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's third down at the 45-yard line.
Wow. Break time for Penn State.
The tip of the ball, or they're saying it hit the ground.
Yeah. It was King that tipped it. That's another Under the Roof review brought to you by Bachman's Roofing and Solar. Bachman's a family-owned and operated business celebrating its 50th year in business. Bachman's your award-winning complete home improvement contractor for all your roofing, solar, and remodeling needs. It also means that Penn State does not have to use a timeout because that has an incomplete pass. The clock is stopped at 2:36.
Well, that is a big break.
3rd and 10 back at their own 44.
That was a very close call, and they called it incomplete. So Penn State now defensively on a 3rd down and 10 situation. They have got to make sure that they get the pressure they need on the quarterback, O'Connell, sitting in that pocket. Those guys have chased him all day long and rushed him all day long. See if a guy like Beeman, who's playing inside right now, can get pressure right up the middle on O'Connell.
And I'll correct myself. It's 3rd down and 7 back at the 44. No, that's on me. And because they had moved all the chains downfield thinking it was a catch. All right. Running back each way now. They'll send motion toward us with Jones. On 3rd down, O'Connell will throw. They run a stunt. He delivers downfield, open downfield, knocked away at the last second and incomplete. Great job of closing ground by Daquan Hardy, and he forces a 4th down, and Penn State with 2.5 to play and still 2 timeouts remaining will get the ball back.
I'll tell you, Hardy again just makes plays for you on that defensive side of the ball. This is the closing speed. The ball was a little bit short. He sees the eyes of the receiver. He gets his left hand in there, deflects the football away, and Penn State has a chance here. I'll tell you, with 2:30 left to go and the fact of the timeouts, we've got a chance here to run the football effectively as well.
Ansel punts it, and into the end zone it goes. Penn State will start at its own 20.
And Jack, on that last play, Adisa Isaac had just enough pressure off the edge to not let O'Connell step into that throw and hit him over the top.
Yeah.
So now, here's the bottom line. You're 80 yards away from winning it. Then you can take a look at it, and you can say you're 50 yards from a tying field goal attempt. So let's see how it plays out. They have 2:22 to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining and 80 yards to negotiate. Allen's the running back. He's to the left of Clifford. 2 left, 2 right, and you have time to work with. Ball game right here. Clifford on the far hash going right to left as we see it. Goes back, delivers, caught by Tinsley, cut down at the 28-yard line. Out of the chute, they get 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, they get the clock is to continue to run because it's not a 1st down, so to get the line very quickly.
You can run it here. They're going to throw it. Back goes Clifford again. Waits, trouble, delivers incomplete. He actually had Washington on a crossing route and was open, but with 2:01 to play, it's going to be 3rd down and 2.
He also had his running back out of the backfield, Singleton, initially before he ran to coverage downfield. So we're obviously in 4-down territory, so we'll see what Penn State wants to do here.
Empty backfield, trips near side, too far side. Clifford also has not run the ball that often in this game. 3rd down and 2, Penn State its own 28. Lambert Smith in motion away from us. Takes it. Lambert Smith's got it. Lambert Smith 30, 1st down to the 34-yard line. They move the chains with 1:56 to play.
Well, and we still can go to the running game as well here.
Put it down actually at the 35. Penn State's ready. Trips near side. Back goes Clifford. He'll give it to Allen, sweeping. Allen to the 40. Allen dives ahead over the 40 to the 43. Gets 8 on the play with 1:44 to play, 2nd and 2.
And interesting that Sanders Hadak is warming up in this, kicking it down towards me. He probably has the bigger leg than Jake Pinniger.
He does. 2nd and 2. 90 seconds left. Penn State their own 43. Play action fake, delivers. Tinsley's got it. First down near side 50, breaks the tackle 45, 40, 30, and cut down inside the 30 at the Purdue 28-yard line, and a first down for the Nittany Lions.
And that's what you want your wide receiver to do. A little check down to the outside. He has separation from the defensive back, and Tinsley makes a miss in open field and takes it down the sideline.
They say he stepped out at the 30. Now they'll bring Lee into the game. Take Allen out. Trips near side, one far side. First and 10, Penn State, Purdue 30 near hash. Clifford takes it back to pass. Dumps it off for Lee. Makes the catch. Cuts inside, now bounces out to the outside to the 25 and dragged down in the field of play.
He got out. He got
25.
out.
He did get out of bounds. Stop the clock at 1:14. Thanks, Brian. Second down and 5.
I had a good view at that one.
Second and 5. Trips far side. Takes the snap. Pump fake. Sets. Throws over the middle. Warren's got it to 15. Breaks a tackle. Down to the 10-yard line with 1:07 to play. First down. They stop the clock. 31-28 Purdue.
I'll tell you, and Purdue is going to start stopping this clock.
Clock starts to run now. First and goal, Penn State at the 10. Clifford back. Wheel route, Lee got it. Touchdown, Penn State. They go 80 yards in the clutch and take the lead.
Well, I tell you, Lee goes out of the backfield, and Clifford does a good job. There's a touch pass downfield, up over the defender. He sees Lee wide open, and Penn State is able to put the touchdown now with 57 seconds left to go. Man coverage. He was beaten immediately to the outside linebacker, and Lee makes the catch for the score.
Big extra point, because right now it's a 3-point game, 34-31 Nittany Lions. Jake Pinniger, the hold will be by Barney Amore. Chris Stahl will snap it. Purdue had to make a late substitution to get somebody in, and do. Trying to make this a 4-point game. Good snap. Put down. Kick is up. The kick by Pinniger is good. And with 57 seconds to play, the Nittany Lions lead at 35-31. And now it all falls to the defense.
But that was just an outstanding drive of taking advantage. A couple of times you get the ball to Tinsley in open field. That's what you want to do with your wide receiver. He makes the catch. He has separation from the defensive back. He made a miss in open field. That was a big gain downfield. And then out of the backfield, it kind of reminded me of Barkley in the Big Ten championship game in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown on a kind of wheel route. But Lee came out of the backfield. The linebacker was beaten immediately because he came towards the line of scrimmage, and Lee made the catch over the shoulder to take the lead. Now, you're right about this defense. This defense has got to step up, run now. They know with 57 seconds left to go, Purdue needs a touchdown.
8-play, 80-yard drive for the Nittany Lions. They knocked 1:25 off the clock. Purdue, by the way, has 2 timeouts and 57 seconds to work with. Gabe Wosu, it's his turn to kick off. Charlie Jones in the end zone. So here we go, 35-31, Nittany Lions, 57 seconds to go, and Wosu, high end over end, returnable. Jones at the 4, 5, 10, 15, opening to the 18 and taken down at the 19-yard line.
Pocket, he's going to have to come with pressure and put a lot of pressure on his secondary covering man-to-man.
Trips far side, one near side. Doru to the right of O'Connell. Takes the snap, back to pass. Throws it downfield and almost intercepted by Keaton Ellis. He was breaking on the ball and almost had it. 48 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Purdue with their own 19.
Oh, Keaton Ellis is a guy who's reading very well back there. You know, we know what Brown can do on this play right here, coming over the top. I thought he had a chance to make that interception. He has outstanding hands. He was a wide receiver in high school and just could not come down with it.
They wonder if Sheffield got a hand on it that time. 2nd down, 10, their own 19. Trips far side, one near side. O'Connell goes back. Pressure from Robinson. Steps away, throws. Caught by Jones, 20, 25, far sideline, 32-yard line, and out of bounds. A first down for Purdue. They say he stepped out to 31 with 41 seconds left. 35-31 Nittany Lions. At their own 31.
But the key right now looks like Penn State might go with a three-man rush and drop everybody in coverage, but I'm sure they're going to have a blitz package off of that as well.
And an umbrella set up. O'Connell back, a lot of time. Runs out of time, and down he goes. Sacked by Johnny Dixon on the delay blitz back at the 21-yard line with 35 seconds to go. And Purdue will use its second timeout.
Yeah, Johnny Dixon coming on the rush that time. You always have your linebackers and a defensive lineman going one-on-one in protection. Johnny Dixon does a great job of beating his man, getting inside, and then up the field and bringing down O'Connell. O'Connell thought he had protection. It wasn't there because Dixon beat his man.
So back at the 21-yard line to make it 2nd and 20 with 35 seconds to go in Purdue. We believe they're down. They're saying that Purdue has 2 timeouts left. I think they only have 1. I think they have 1 timeout left.
One's right.
One's right. Hate being ahead of the scoreboard
Yeah, they use it to they didn't want to take a delay of the game penalty.
That's right.
In the fourth quarter, and that's when they took one. So this is the second one. That is a huge sack by an unlikely guy rushing the passer in Johnny Dixon.
But again, they had 7 defensive backs out there, and Jack, they did exactly what you said. They picked one of those guys, and it was Dixon, and they sent him. 2nd and 20, their own 21. Motion toward us, O'Connell goes back. Steps up, over the middle, caught by Jones, 35, goes down at the 36, but he's short of the first down with 26 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down and 5. O'Connell, game clock to 18. Takes the snap, back to pass, delay blitz, throws over the middle, incomplete. 4th down and 5 with 13 seconds to go.
Boy, again, good man-to-man coverage downfield, taking the inside. And O'Connell would have to put the ball up over our defender. It looked like Hardy again on the coverage downfield.
I think that was Jacobs that time.
It was Jacobs on man-to-man coverage. I tell you, great technique in getting underneath and making the ball go over your head.
4th and 5, Purdue, their own 36-yard line. Thompson to the far side, trips near side, including Durham. 1 running back to his left. Penn State 3-man front. They rush 4. Dumps off the screen. Complete to Downing. Downing slides down, but I think he's got the first down at the 41-yard line with 7 seconds left. Purdue may have to take a timeout here, and they will. This will be their last timeout, and now we're going to see the ball game. Let's pause 10 seconds for our stations down the line to identify themselves. This is Penn State football from Learfield. All right, 7 seconds left, 35-31. Nittany Lions, Purdue will have it 1st and 10, their own 42. Brian, I know a Penn State player is down on the sideline, though.
Yeah, it's Jalen Reed.
Jalen Reed.
Yep, he's on the sideline, and they kind of just helped him get off on his own.
Pivotal part of that secondary.
We'll see whether they try to go for a quick out for about 8 or 10 yards downfield so they can get in position for a Hail Mary.
Right.
So I think Penn State defensively has to think that this is with 7 seconds left to go. This could not. Right. They can get 2 plays off here.
Yes.
So you got to be concerned about getting a 15-yard route down here. Now, see, we got guys they're in the end zone right now, thinking this might be the last play. If I'm Jeff Brom, I'm trying to get a 15-yard penalty, a 15-yard route, get out of bounds, and give one more shot, and then you can get to the end zone, because I don't think you can get to the end zone from here.
Exactly right. And it's probably going to be on the far side because that's where the overload is, and they're closer to the sideline over there on the far side. They're that far hash, 7 seconds left. 35-31 Nittany Lions. Trips far side, 1 near side. O'Connell goes back. Throws far side, and Porter knocked it away incomplete with 4 seconds to go, and now they have to go all the way.
I'll tell you, Porter has played the most aggressive corner I've seen in college football in a long time against an outstanding passing game, and he almost intercepted that.
Here we go. Here we go. One last play. 4 seconds to go. 35-31 Nittany Lions.
He's going to try to hold this ball, scramble back there until he gets his men downfield in the end zone.
4 seconds left. 35-31 Penn State. One last play. Robinson's got O'Connell, and down he goes. Fumbles the football. The ball game is over, and the Nittany Lions win it. In the clutch, they put together an 8-play, 80-yard drive. And the Nittany Lion defense, after giving up 2 scores in the third quarter to this offense, shut out this Purdue offense in the fourth quarter when they needed to.
And they had a 3-man rush, and they get pressure. I think Sutherland was the guy that got pressure and got him down. And I thought they were going to try to get a quick out, but Joey Porter on the previous play took that away, and they had to try to go deep downfield, and it was outstanding. It was Robinson, Chop Robinson, who got the pressure and the sack. And that was the ball game. And Penn State somehow, some way, made enough plays here to win this football game today. What a great effort all night long.
James Franklin preaches 1-0. This was quite a 1-0.
This is only game 1.
You mean there's 11 to 12 more of these? Final 35-31 in a game where the pendulum swung back and forth all night, and in the end, it's the Nittany Lions who win it. What a game. I feel like we're in the movie Gladiator. Are you not entertained?
And I'll tell you what, my vote, even though they scored a defensive touchdown, Joey Porter was outstanding. I haven't seen corner play like that. And he was coming into this season as going to be a number 1 first-round draft pick. Well, he has upped his stock here today because against an outstanding passing team, he was as aggressive, especially in the second half, and taking away all those in routes that were they made in the first half and those catches. He took all of that away and played that aggressive. They only got the 1 pass interference call.
And Sean Clifford gets himself off the deck. Did not start the second half because he was back in the locker room. Did not return until about 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Then did not complete a pass in the third quarter. And then comes up with 2 touchdown passes in the clutch in the fourth. Each one put Penn State in front.
There's so many guys out there making the front 4 trying to rush the passer all day long. And O'Connell is just one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now because he makes all the right decisions. But at the end of the game, we had a 3-man rush, and we get to him so he doesn't even get a chance to get rid of the football and throw a Hail Mary downfield.
And then, let's not forget, the big replay on the Durham play where we initially thought it was a catch. The officials thought it was a catch. Even on the replay, we weren't sure. We didn't think they'd overturn it. They did, and that opened the door for Penn State. That overturned.
Yeah, and also they look like on a cart right now. Reed is being taken off on that cart.
And that's a talented young player right there.
Oh, he's got all the ability in the world in a secondary that has a lot of talent, and he's one of those guys. And hopefully this is not a serious injury for him.
35-31, the Nittany Lions win it. We'll come back to Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette in a moment on the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield.